Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, more spins, more wins, more fun. An overtime road victory against a top 10 opponent. Nice night for the Wisconsin Badgers. 92-90. Wisconsin takes down Illinois in overtime. The Badgers trailed by 12 in the second half. The 12-point road comeback, the largest against a top 10 opponent on the road for the Badgers since 2002. Wisconsin, heck of a night. John Blackwell, 24 points. Nick Boyd, 25 points. Austin Rapp, 18 points. Wisconsin with two of the best wins in the nation on the road this year against Michigan and now Illinois. Big week for the Badgers continues on Friday night at the Kohl Center, hosting 10th-ranked Michigan State at 7 o'clock. Women get a chance tonight at Illinois, 6 o'clock for the Badgers and the Illini. The Bucks back in action tonight, second straight game in Orlando, visiting the Magic. Tip at 6 o'clock here on 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
It is the Wednesday edition. The Bear Down Iowa Bears? Really? Really? Is that what we're doing? Edition? The Bryan Bulaga, Uncle Homer. It's a typical Wednesday, and we always love our Wednesday editions with those two edition. And the Will Mark Tauscher. Honor, respect, appreciate the head coach of the Wisconsin men's basketball team's request to avoid the Tausch jinx after a big-time win last night in Champaign-Urbana edition. Not that Tausch saw it because it was on Peacock. Of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, including another new camera angle for old boy, and of course everything you need on the all-new, all redesigned, all customizable ESPN Wisconsin app. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios, and from his undisclosed location, he is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is the Jinx.
Going Lobos hat today? After a big Badgers win?
I've worn the Lobos hat a bunch.
He is Mark
Greg
Tauscher.
Greg asked me to not talk about the Badger basketball team, so I'm going to honor his request. I want to win. And if that's going to help Greg and Nolan and Blackwell and the whole crew, I'm on board, man. I want us to win. And if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. What do you mean different camera angle? I've got the same camera angle I've had all week.
Okay. Maybe I just didn't notice.
I have.
You're closer up.
Just telling you, I have.
You're closer up.
No.
Maybe lean back so I'm more used
All
to
right,
you.
well, we'll do this then. Let's see.
Oh, no.
Well, now wait a minute.
And now he's going to. Oh,
You didn't have to do that. I was.
Well, you said you didn't like it.
Now
I didn't know.
You're messing up his webinar.
Words matter. I never said I didn't like it. In fact, I like it better.
Oh, jeez.
Is that better?
Yes,
No.
it's great. This looks great. And by the way, speaking of words mattering, Greg Gard, let's play what he said. Okay, let's play what he said because I don't remember him ever saying he didn't want you talking about his basketball team. I believe he was very clear on the one thing he didn't want you saying, given your history.
I'll say this. We had a hockey game last night, and it was on Peacock, so I wasn't going to watch it anyways.
The hockey game was on Peacock?
The hockey game finished, and we're milling around. It was our last conference game, and we get to mill around a little bit. And then I look at my phone, and I got some text messages that it was an old shootout at the old bar or wherever that place is called. And I look and it's a 3-point game with 3 minutes 50 seconds left in overtime. I said, we got to get in the car, man. Let's listen. And LePay, that son of a gun, boy, he's good. He's good. A lot of enthusiasm from him as they found a way to get it done last night down in Champaign-Urbana. So I'm gonna adhere to Greg's request.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, if we dominate Friday night, that request adheration will be.
I thought you said, I want to help the team. I want them to win.
Yeah, I do until a certain point. Then I'm going to help. Then my excitement level is just going to be where it's going to be. You're talking about the 2 best wins on the road in all of college basketball this season.
Yeah, and should have won on Saturday
they're at.
in Indiana, too.
Yeah, we got jobbed, and Greg didn't say that, but we did. So I'm on board, man. I am completely – if we could pull off a big one, I think Monday might be Declaration Monday.
Oh, no.
So the head coach, who, by the way, the post-game celebration, I don't know if you saw it on
– Oh, it was awesome.
The clips, but I loved what he said after he'd been doused and after he lost his wig and everything else about this is who we are. There are no steps back. I thought it was great. Happy for Gardo. Happy for that team. Excited to see where it goes. But he specifically asked you to refrain from the double F prediction. That's all he asked.
Uh-huh.
Cheer us on.
The good news.
Have a Coors Light in the Kohl Center. We'd love to have you. All that. Just don't do that.
The good news is there's no declarations this week because there's no pods in Milwaukee. And that was part of my declaration last year was the Milwaukee pod. We end up losing a game to Penn State and lose the pod, and then we have to go play a road game as a top seed, as one of the higher seeds, and we get knocked out. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I know where my head's at.
Chicago's got a regional.
This team.
Sweet 16 and Elite 8 in Chicago.
Yeah,
interesting.
But that's not it's the early round games that I'm more interested in home court. So we'll see. The boys will have to go back out. It's not a real quick turnaround. They get a little bit of rest, but Friday will be a biggin. Friday will be a biggin at the Kohl Center.
And who do they play on Friday, and will you be there?
Tom Izzo. Yes, we will be there. Very excited about it. Should be. And Izzo came to Gardo's Guarding Against Cancer event last year.
Yeah.
Very likable. Very likable.
Yeah, I've heard that about him.
Yeah.
So he just becomes a different person when he's coaching the games, or what?
Well, he's not Fran McCaffrey.
I mean, he can get pretty heated.
He's pretty rough.
They were playing Bradley in the NCAA tournament a couple of years. That's when he got mad at the player, like grabbed him by the collar. He was like, they ended up going to the Final Four that year, but they almost lost to 15-seed Braves in Des Moines with me in attendance. It's a good time.
I wish he would have grabbed you by the shirt collar.
Well, that's fair.
All right. Well, a big win for them. A big loss, theoretically, for the Packers, as Byron Storer, who I think if Tausch would have gotten his way and Rich Bisaccia had taken on simply the titles of assistant head coach and culture coordinator, would have likely have been the new Packers special teams coach, but no changes were made. Another defection, as he becomes the new special teams coordinator for the Cleveland Browns, which seems like a great place to work. Tausch, for someone who has been beating the drum of special teams importance, now you lose someone who was viewed very highly, but again, special teams haven't been great, so how do you view this?
I don't mind it at all. And I know people get all up in our... If I'm going to sit here and say we need to make changes, and then what, you're going to bring the guy behind the guy that has led us to 4 years of, I'll be generous in saying mediocrity. I don't think it's been mediocre. I think it's been poor. Why am I going to get up in arms about losing an assistant? Now, my guess, Cleveland's special teams will be a lot better next year than Green Bay's. I'm not going to get on a TJ Watt, Kevin King watch where I'm going to be checking Cleveland special teams, but I guarantee if Green Bay special teams stink again next year, I will be asking, how's Cleveland doing? I know special teams. But it just, until something changes and until something is different, I am going to assume status quo. And as we've seen, status quo ain't good enough. But that is where this group is at. But again, it's February 11th, man. All I can go off of is what we just did. This next season is a new chapter. It is a fully new football team. And I hope it's a fully new special teams unit. I hope the production is much better. And I will stay optimistic because otherwise, what are we doing? But if you're asking me if I expect big changes and things to change in a big positive way, I'm going to answer you no until otherwise proven otherwise.
So, can I ask a follow-up to that, if you don't mind?
I don't know.
Okay, well, you judge whether you want to answer it. I'll ask it anyway, and then you can decide whether you want to answer it.
I mean, are you upset that you know this guy? I don't know this guy from Adam. Was he going to be some hugely transformational special teams coach?
Never heard of him until yesterday.
Yeah, well, again, Jesse, I don't expect you to hurt.
Well, Rich takes a lot of oxygen.
Yeah, and I guess my question is, isn't it possible? You have a boss, right? And if you think you should be doing things differently, you can make suggestions, but ultimately you don't get to decide. The boss gets to decide. So Rich Bisaccia gets to decide. Maybe a young guy, I mean, he's quite young, would keep these same overall concepts in place because he's a disciple of Rich Bisaccia. But at the same time, maybe he has some ideas that would be fresh and new and different, and maybe would have...
How long has he been in Green Bay? How long has he been Rich's
I believe he came along with Rich.
Oh, there you go.
Well, wait a minute. What do you mean, there you go?
Well, what new ideas did he bring? What did we see differently? You get 4 years. I'm sorry, 4 years is eternity in the NFL. So, no, I ain't buying that theory.
Okay.
Now he gets his own operation. Great. Kudos, man. Go get it. But
so
I don't know what
he was in Oakland with him, or Oakland/Las Vegas. He was in Green Bay with him. Now he's got his own shop. He's 41. I'm just saying that is it possible that while he has learned a bunch of things from Rich Bisaccia, had Rich Bisaccia retired and the Packers had given him the keys to the special teams, you wouldn't have been any more hopeful or excited to say, hey, maybe the young guy's got some different ideas
No,
that he hasn't been able to implement.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying that's not what happened. And he is a, part of the Bisaccia tree, and you're going to do things differently, I would hope. So, yeah, I wanted something different. This isn't. Now, maybe this new assistant then comes in, is going to be one of the all-time great assistant special teams coaches, and all of a sudden this special teams will go from 30th to 5th. Right now, I think if you can get this thing to be middle of the pack, I think Packer fans will be pretty happy.
Well, it'll still be coordinated by the same guy, Rich Bisaccia. He will be the ultimate decision maker on special teams, and now we'll see what Byron Storer's Browns units are able to do. We covered a lot of ground there. I really wanted to play Gardo saying what he say what he needed to say to you yesterday, but we can play that again later. It's on our social media channels as well. Just like...
What's not? What's not on our social media?
What do you mean?
Told Jesse I felt like I got clipped 100. Must have had a hell of a show yesterday.
You
I
did.
got clipped like 16 times yesterday.
Yeah, you were outstanding.
No, I didn't even. Well, you know what's outstanding? Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. In our homes, they need to be ready for just about anything in Wisconsin. It needs to be year-round. That's why Pella focuses on quality and durability in everything that they do. Visit Pella at the Nari Spring Home Improvement Show. Some call it the most romantic spring home improvement show ever. February 13th through the 15th at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Again, that is booth 420 down at the Nari Spring Home Improvement Show in Pella. If you book an in-home consultation with Pella at the show, you will receive a free Design Works rendering. Flowers, chocolate, free Design Works rendering. You're going to have yourselves one heck of a Valentine's Day if that's the road you go down. Don't miss out on a 0% financing for up to 4 years. That ends on the 28th of February. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more.
We'll get ready for Bryan Bulaga, who is scheduled to appear at the bottom of the hour. Let's see if we can get to him somewhat on time. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Hold your friends close and your rivals closer on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
With Jonathan Gannon, for him, he's got to want to kick ass here in Green Bay. He can't just be mediocre. He can't just be Jeff Hafley. Like, he has to be better than all of the guys that preceded him. Jeff Hafley looked good because he went after Joe Barry. Anybody could look good after Joe Barry.
Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Weekdays 4 to 6 on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Your seat at the table just got better. Step into the high-limit room at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. This is true high-limit play. Experience enhanced game rules, including blackjack where the dealer stands on soft 17. Better odds, faster play, and authentic action that sets Hard Rock Casino Rockford apart. Your next hand could be your best yet. Find your edge, play your rhythm, and raise the stakes in the high-limit room at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Valentine's Day is coming, and your wallet just asked for a moment of silence. But relax. At Chalmers Jewelers, romance comes with surprisingly friendly prices.
Like a diamond pendant, gold hoops, or a diamond bracelet, all starting at $2.99.
This Valentine's Day, impress your Valentine, not your credit card company.
Chalmers Jewelers, where great taste doesn't have to be expensive.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
The biggest games.
Back-to-back state championships. Still going, lowers his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Wanakee.
The most compelling stories.
Where are you going to be playing basketball next year?
I'm proud and excited to announce that I'll be going to the University of Charleston.
We are now joined by the Executive Director of the WIAA, Stephanie Hauser.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
We're on the Packers.
This 2 or 3 year window needs to yield a championship.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
When you bring back everybody, Mr. Policy is telling you we're winning a championship.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
So we had some fun with the Gary, Indiana Bears. There's certainly been the discussions. I understand that the Bears beat the Packers 2 out of 3 this past season, and they've got their fans have bragging rights.
They got an
McGee,
edge, we don't.
Sure. Won a division, yeah. Been since 2021 for the Packers.
Can anyone, and I saw they got clipped and there's some good reaction on it. But can anyone argue with that? That the Bears didn't have more of an edge against us than we had against them? Can anyone argue that?
I don't want to relitigate Jordan Love being Jordan Love. I didn't think there was a significant edge difference just because the head coach takes off his shirt and yells "F the Packers, F them."
And the owner said agreed.
Again,
and is
this is the same
advocating for
This
it.
is the same organization that 2 years ago was on Hard Knocks and didn't want any of their people swearing in the production. So Virginia McCaskey passes away, and all bets are off.
Let me ask you this. Where is more passion lying right now in this rivalry? Do the Bears have more or do the Packers have more?
Okay. It would appear the Bears have more. To your point that you so wisely shared yesterday, the Packers owned them to such a degree that not only was their quarterback popping the belt saying, "I own you, I still own you," but they were essentially an afterthought. Matt LaFleur started.
That was premeditated. When Rodgers did that, was that
probably? I don't know. I mean,
I don't think so.
You think it was in the moment?
I do.
I would just say that, and then the Wikipedia page was changed to him owning the team instead of the McCaskies. It was all in good fun.
He'd probably want to keep it down. He'd want to keep the stadium downtown as an owner.
I would think so. Yeah, I would think so.
Moving to Peru.
Machu Picchu.
Oh, ayahuasca.
The Machu Picchu Bears.
Down there.
Be quite a road trip. To your point, though, yesterday.
The infrastructure down there is not ready for an NFL team. I'm going to tell you that right now. The infrastructure Down there in Peru.
Especially the
ain't going to
bathroom.
be set.
Put it
for
right next to the mountain there.
To your point yesterday, the little brothers were pushed around with such frequency that the Packers didn't have an edge about them when they played the Bears because they always beat the Bears. I would predict
I'm not disagreeing.
that there will be greater edginess after the way the last two meetings went once they face each other in 2026.
I totally agree.
So,
I mean, at least
again,
I hope
you
so.
got after the quarterback for being blasé, which is what – I mean, again, I don't want people to be something they're not. And Jordan Love, ripping off that jacket of that he was clearly on a promotional tour for, and baring his chest and screaming F the Bears on Kay Adams' program would have been.
No, but he could have said we'll have something for him next year. That's in his personality. He could have done
he doesn't believe. Okay, that's not really. He doesn't want to provide bulletin board fodder. Like, ask him about the handshake. Ask him about what Ben Johnson said. Ask him about the helmet. He wouldn't even. He did not want to give them any fodder, even about the helmet-to-helmet hit from Austin Booker. Mm-hmm. There was a Chicago reporter, I think he's from the Sun-Times, who came up for this playoff week and said, do you think it was an illegal hit? It is what it is. I mean, that is who he is. So you got a little riled up, but, again, it was good content, and it got clipped a lot. The Iowa Bears, here's where this story currently stands. A Iowa State Senator, Kerry Grunhagen, he's a Republican from Walcott, proposed a bill in the state Senate seeking an expansion of their economic growth attraction program with the goal of luring an NFL franchise to the state, specifically the Chicago Bears. They would be the Quad City Bears.
Yeah, spoiler alert. I'll give you a spoiler.
Okay.
Bear down, Quad City Bears.
Indeed, well played. See? This is not going to happen, obviously. The Quad Cities do straddle the Iowa-Illinois border.
Bettendorf Bears.
Is that Galena? Is that a Galena
No,
area
Galena
down
is,
there?
well, kind of, but Galena is not part of the Quad Cities, no.
Jesse,
Galena
what are
might
the
be
Quad
one of the
Cities?
most overpriced tourist towns you're ever going to find, by the way. Very overpriced, very tourist. Not my cup of tea.
All right.
Bettendorf. Now, Bettendorf, Dubuque, that Iowa corridor, beautiful. I'm on board with the Bears moving to Iowa.
Dubuque is not one of the Quad Cities, although it's nearby.
Doesn't matter. I love the city. I think it's a great city. Dubuque. I want it for Wisconsin.
Dubuque is great. I love Dubuque also. That's well documented, but I don't want the Bears to move there for that reason. I want Dubuque to remain what it is and continue to grow.
I thought
and
we were
prosper.
annexing them.
Yeah.
No, we want to take Dubuque over. Like, if we're going to take over any city, I think it'd be Dubuque.
Yeah. The Quad Cities.
City.
There's actually 5 cities that make up the Quad Cities. One of my favorite fun facts. In Iowa, it's Davenport and Bettendorf. And then in Illinois, you have Rock Island, Moline, and East Moline, which is very different than Moline.
It's just Moline.
You
can't be a.
Don't ask the good people of Moline. It's very different.
You can't be a Quad City and have 5 cities. That's just dumb. That's dumb. So no, you're either the Quad Cities or you're the quintuple. Would that be it? Quintuple. So you're not going to go Moline and East Moline. No, just throw it all under the Moline umbrella. Stick to the Quad Cities. Have your great little golf tournament that Steve Stricker wins every blanking year, and then try to go get the Chicago Bears to move down there. And then throw a casino on.
Moline, East Moline. This is obviously not happening, but I do think it speaks to what a quagmire, not the Quad Cities, this has become for the Bears, right?
Jason, it's not. This has
It's
been
just
the
the Bears
plan
being
and
the
layout.
Bears.
Here's what's happened.
Okay, tell me.
I think initially, I will. Initially, the Chicago Bears wanted to, get this new stadium downtown, but what you keep seeing is what the Packers did, what New England has done, is you get these big complexes around. The Bucks have done it with Fiserv and some of the hotels and the apartments and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
They are always going to be in Arlington. And until, that governor down there and everybody else, they've been fighting it because they don't want to, do whatever. So what the Bears had to do is go grab some leverage. They get a little something, and they say, well, we're going to go flirt here. And eventually the Bears are going to, or city and everybody else are going to say, well, we're not losing the Bears. We'll provide the infrastructure. You're going to build the stadium privately because you're not taking taxpayer funding. And they're going to build up a big, beautiful facility in a whole encompassing complex around Arlington Heights. And that's where the Bears are going to end up. And they're utilizing every little pawn in their chess game that they can to force the city and the state to do as much as they can. That has always been the play. That will get executed, and it's just a matter of, has it gotten ugly and sloppy? That's I think the inner workings of how Illinois works. So, yes.
How about we just make it simple and we just move them to Rockford, and then we can make our trips to the Hard Rock Casino Rockford, and everything will be great.
I'm on board with that plan. It's only 60 minutes. It'll be a 60-minute drive. That's nice from the greater Madison area. And then we can go down, and I'm sure when we take the show down there again, I think maybe in April, we can get on some. Jesse had a lot of success with Brewers last year.
Sure did.
We thought we had a lot of success with the Packers.
But you didn't.
Jesse, I want you to look right now. Packers Super Bowl champs, what that number is, we'll take a look at that. But there's also, while we're doing that, there's great table games, awesome slots, and the food is unbelievable. And you can catch a Terry Bradshaw show whenever you're looking for. And they'll elevate the high-limit room experience. They'll deliver premium table games tailored for discerning players. Enhanced game rules with blackjack where the dealer stands on a soft 17. That is a big-time advantage for you as a player. That's the kind of authentic, high-limit action that will set the Hard Rock Casino Rockford apart from others. Your next hand, well, it could be your best yet. Visit the high-limit room at Hard Rock Casino Rockford and rediscover your game on your terms, in your rhythm, and with your edge.
I'm seeing Green Bay Packers plus 1,600 according to the Hard Rock Sportsbook. Plus 1,600.
Will that at any point get higher?
It did last summer. The only teams, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams with better odds than the Green Bay Packers.
I like him at 1,600 to 1. I do.
Rams, Seahawks, Bills, Patriots, Ravens, Lions, Chiefs, Eagles.
Lions ahead of us.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I could talk about the Packers' futures odds all day, but rather I'd like to talk to Bryan Bulaga. And he joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Making the switch to solar energy is easy with Everlight Solar. Mark Tauscher here, and with vacations, big sporting events, and other fun events coming up, we all would love to have a few extra dollars in our pockets. Well, how would you like to start saving money while also helping save the planet? Well, all you have to do is make the switch to Everlight Solar. Our family is one of the many who have made the switch to solar over the last several years. And also, like many others, we weren't exactly sure where to even start when we came to that conclusion. That's when we met with the great team at Everlight Solar. They outlined the entire process and educated us on the benefits of making the switch. It was super simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more and schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
The Milwaukee Bucks, the Orlando Magic.
Here's Portis on the other side, and he laces another one. This time he'll get all three of them.
Tonight on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
There's never been a better time to experience Pella in person and get all your questions answered. Join us at the NARI Spring Home Improvement Show, February 13th through the 15th at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Book your in-home consultation at the show and receive a free DesignWorks rendering. Rest easy with Pella's 10-year limited warranty and get 0% interest for up to 48 months. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Friday nights taste better at the Bridges. The Bridges Bar and Restaurant is back with a classic Friday fish fry, plus non-fish specials and prime rib. Great food, great drinks, and a perfect way to kick off the weekend. Fridays at the table and on the course at the Bridges Golf Course in Madison.
Ready to escape a Wisconsin winter? Well, Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison is offering up some serious vacay vibes this February. Starting at 1 p.m. on Saturday, February 28th, 24 winners will each select luggage containing a cash prize up to $5,000. At 5 p.m., one grand prize winner will receive $20,000 for an ultimate vacation getaway. You can earn entries every day in February. Next stop, Sunshine. Turn daydreams into departures at
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
When you or a loved one are faced with an unexpected injury or illness, Stoughton Health's urgent care is there for you. Stoughton Health has 4 convenient urgent care locations for the care you need without the wait. We have urgent care locations in Stoughton, Oregon, McFarland, and Cottage Grove, with extended hours to fit your schedule. Stoughton Health accepts over 160 insurances, including Dean Health Plan, Quartz, Humana, and more. Please visit stoughtonhealth.com for more information. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Mark Tauscher here, and Cupid called. He wants you to try Pizza Hut's heart-shaped pizzas. Perfect for date nights, Valentine's gatherings, or treating yourself because, hey, you deserve it. Starting at just $13.99, these heart-shaped pizzas are here to steal hearts and fill stomachs. But hurry up, they're only around for a limited time. Head to your nearest Pizza Hut or order online today at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut doesn't break hearts, they bake them. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch, and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Joining us now, this guy, look, if they're going to move, this guy's the perfect guy. Like, he should be their new, director of football operations.
Chicago Bears, Iowa.
Grew up in the Chicago area, went to Iowa.
Can't work for the Bears.
Brings the success of having been with a Super Bowl winning organization. And, we'd have inside information. He'd be like a mole.
He thinks Florida's cold. What does he think Illinois and Iowa is going to be in the middle of
Quad
winter?
cities?
Crazy?
Yeah.
With 5 cities.
Although good golf. There is good golf there. So
for about 3 months a year.
We can make that work.
Bryan Bulaga.
8 or 9 months.
Are you excited about the Iowa Bears? You have a bunch of Bear fan friends. You grew up in Chicagoland. What are they saying? There's got to be texts going between you and your Bears fan friends.
Well, this is new news, right? Like, this broke yesterday that the state of Iowa wants to get in. So, there hasn't been too much chatter as of yet. The Indiana thing was a big deal. Everyone was actually on board with that. A lot of people were like, you know what, might as well, got to get out of there. Place is a dump, which it is. I mean, Soldier Field's a dump.
That's fair.
Let's be real. So they were okay with that because it's not that far of a drive. If you go to Soldier Field and you just go right, it's not that far, depending on where they were going to build that thing in Indiana. Iowa's a different story. I think there's going to be a lot of people that may not be overly thrilled if that's an actual option, because now you're taking essentially all Illinois Bear fans and telling them now you got to drive 4 hours to go to a game where, if you're in Indiana, probably right over the border, it's an extra 30 minutes, and no one really cares about that. So I haven't heard too much about that yet on the group chat, but I would imagine that once they sit down and read the news and they start to digest it and listen to the score and hear those guys complain and cry about it a little bit, then I'll get a little bit more in the group chat.
All right. Well, I figured this was it's not fake news because it actually happened, but it's not happening. Tausch and I got into it yesterday a little bit.
Oh, no.
Which doesn't happen very often. But he was not pleased, and Tausch, please correct me if I'm inaccurately portraying your position. He was not pleased that Jordan Love, when given the opportunity with Kay Adams to have a little edge to him about the Bears and now the reignited Packers-Bears rivalry, was kind of milquetoast in his cliched response. Tausch wants an edge, which I think is reasonable. I'm not sure verbal edges on February 7th or whenever he was on their show necessarily matter, but Tausch wants an edge. As a former Packers right tackle yourself, do you want an edge? And do you think the Packers are lacking the edge that they need in this reborn rivalry?
Yeah, I mean, I think a little edge is okay. I think having a little edge is okay. And I didn't hear the interview. I don't know the exact quotes. I don't know.
I'm sure Jesse can pod that up for you because Jesse obviously serves to make you happy. He really cares about that.
He does. Yes, he does. Always.
I mean, I do have it if you want to hear it.
All right, let's play it for Brian.
Yeah, just so I can hear it, just so I can get a little background. Right? I don't want to comment on something I don't have any background on. That's
smart.
all.
That's
responsible.
Very reasonable.
Yeah. Don't get your hopes up for this.
All right, now hang on. I got to figure out.
Well, wait, I thought you said you had it.
Well, I do have it.
Of course he didn't have it.
That's why I was trying to give him time. Look at he says, I got it.
This is from Up and Adams with Kay Adams on Radio Row at the Super Bowl. Here it is.
Games and, you got to come out on top.
Jordan, you are not getting this from the Bears every year.
All right, hang on. It was started
Jesse!
midway. Here we go. This is really it now, I think. Yeah.
What does it feel like now that they're like another thing on your plate you got to handle?
Oh, they've always been there. The NFC North is definitely one of the best divisions in ball. I think every team is very competitive, very good. The Lions, Bears, Vikings. So, you know what you're going to get every week in those games, and, you got to come out on top.
Jordan, you are not getting this from the Bears every year.
No, not every year, but now.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
So now, what's the? They're different now.
The Bears are
What
different.
does that do to you?
It just makes it even more. You got to be at your best, your A game every time you get on the field. And obviously they beat us in the playoffs as you see in this game. But we'll be back next year.
We'll be back next year. Every team is good in the NFC North.
There's your
Can you see why Tausch was a little bit agitated?
So let me explain, Blue, where my head's at, and then you can take it whichever direction you want. I don't need everybody yelling and screaming. I didn't like that. But what I think, as Packer fans are catching on and seeing this, Packer fans are incredibly irritated and kind of pissed off about how this has all went down. We haven't won a division in 4 years. Everybody else has. And the Chicago Bears, who have been our little brothers forever, we have been in the business of chasing championships. And now with the Jordan Love era, we haven't won a division yet. And I don't think we are at the point where we're slapping belts saying we own you. We don't own you anymore. And I think that's frustrating, but it just felt like this last year because we have beaten them into submission. They were reborn in that close loss at Lambeau. And I don't think we have the same edge and hatred, in sports hatred, in quotes, that the Bears owner, their coach, obviously has. And I think their team as a whole, and this is the first time Jordan Love, I'm not saying he should come out and say, we hate but I would have loved to have said, yeah, we got something for these guys, and we're going to be ready to unleash when the next season starts. That's all. And it just felt like we're still looking at it like, well, they're the Bears. And I just didn't love the overall tone. And I know Jason will say, well, that's not Jordan Love. Not asking you to be something you're not, but I want to feel the frustration that I'm sure you as players, I know those players are frustrated. I know it. I just want to feel that in your first public statement to your fans on a very popular show, and I didn't get that vibe, and that was disappointing. That's all. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's still a little bit of that mentality of the Aaron Rodgers era of controlling the Chicago Bears. I think there's still a little bit of that mentality there that's still the Bears haven't won it. Bears haven't beat us. We've owned them since the NFC Championship game when we beat them to go to the Super Bowl, and it feels like that attitude's still a little bit there. At least that's the way that it seems that we attack those games, and Chicago attacks those games a lot differently, as we have seen this year, last year. They have a different approach to it. And obviously Ben Johnson has reignited that in a extreme way. And I'm not asking Jordan to be anything, or I don't want him to be anything that he's not, right? But there definitely needs to be a little more sense of urgency when it comes to that team in Chicago. There needs to be a little more sense of urgency because there's always going to be teams in the division, right? I mean, you experienced it, I experienced it, where Detroit got good for like 2 years when Stafford and Sue were there, and hey, that's an issue now. Like, you have to address that issue because they're playing much better, and your sense of awareness has to be heightened. How Sue played and fairly, and all those, like, you have to raise your awareness based on the team and how they're performing and their form. Minnesota was that way when they were playing really well for a while. You knew you were gonna have to be in a different mindset against them. It's no different now against Chicago. Like, it's no different now. You have to treat them like you treated Detroit. Because that we saw when Green Bay played Detroit 2 times, they approached that game a certain way because they understood what Detroit brings to the table. You now have to treat Chicago the exact same way. And there has to be, you don't have to, like you said, sit out here and on Kay Adams' show and say, I absolutely hate them, I despise them. You don't have to say any of that. That's not a big deal. That's not a big deal. But you certainly have to show that sense of, like, we're very aware of now the threat that they bring and what they're about after Ben Johnson's come in, and we will be ready to address it. There's no question about it that you have to be, because he's the man. Jordan Love is the guy. He is the guy. The team goes as he goes, and that's the way this thing. I get Mike is there. Mike is a different vocal piece that I love when he talks because he doesn't have a filter. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
But they didn't interview Micah there. They interviewed Jordan, and Jordan is the team goes as Jordan goes. So maybe he does it privately, that he has that. I don't know. I have no idea. But I would like to see the sense of urgency, not just from him, from Matt. I know Matt doesn't want to get into these back and forth games with Ben Johnson.
Nope.
He doesn't want to do it. But there certainly has to be.
Should he?
No, because I don't think.
Good question.
But
he kind of got. If we're being honest, he kind of got punked.
Yeah, but I don't. Hearing Ben Johnson say half the stuff he says is just. It kind of makes.
It's cringy.
It's
cringy, but Brian, their guys believe it, and the ownership is on board with it. So
yes, believe me,
there's
I know,
a line you have to take. Does Matt LaFleur? I don't know how you don't have to go punch him in the face. I'm not advocating for that, but I also don't want to get punked.
No, I don't want to get punked, but.
No, you don't want to get punked. That's true. We can all agree.
You don't want that. You don't want that.
Do we agree that he got punked at the end of that game, that playoff, or was it? I don't remember which game it was, where the handshake was a blow by, and I hate these blanking guys. Like, that was not great.
I think it was the playoffs, right? It was a playoff game that happened.
I don't remember.
So they were both blow-by handshakes. The F the Packers, F them was after the playoff game.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't know how as a coach, I don't know how I would tell Matt to respond to that. I think the way he speaks to the team in private is probably a lot differently than how he talks to the media and out loud and things like that. I think Matt's attitude is probably a little different when speaking about them, and it will be different while speaking about them in private in a team setting.
Sure.
I would take a guess. And I think Matt's sense of urgency also, I think that will be trickled down. I think it will be. I think guys will understand that this isn't just what it used to be.
It's not another game.
Right? Yeah, this isn't just what it used to be here, where they would beat Chicago every single year, twice a year. The scores would be 35-7 or 35-14. That's not what this is anymore. These are going to be dogfights, and you have to be prepared.
Why do we need Jordan Love to be? My question for both of you, because you guys agree, is if there is the sense of urgency in the locker room, and if Matt LaFleur, I don't know if he's taken off his shirt like Ben Johnson, but if there is more of an edge and say, look, we are not going to get punked by these guys again. We cannot let this happen. And there's some expletives and guys are fired up. And, I guess you just want it for the fan base. And I get that. But Jordan Love just isn't the guy who delivers that edge, ever. When have you seen him in the 3 years he's been the starter show any measure of edge at all? Even when he's asked a question about Matthew Golden, I think he probably regretted saying that, well, his route running has really improved, because we all understood that meant one of the reasons he wasn't playing as much early on is because his routes weren't precise. So, I guess I just don't understand, what is it realistic to expect publicly, forward-facing from your quarterback in this rivalry?
I think Brian said the right word, and it's urgency. And I just sense that there has been this almost rite of passage that we're going to beat the Chicago Bears, because that's how Favre did it, that's how Rodgers did it, and Jordan started out that way. And the fact that we haven't addressed the fact that is not the case, I just want to make sure that we're all acknowledging and not kind of still living in the past when the future is here and it has not been as bright. I just want, it's almost like an acknowledgement. And I guess if you look at that interview, again, we were laughing because it was a nothing burger, and I thought, well, it's not a nothing burger, because I didn't feel that edge or that urgency. And it's not the end of the world, as I said yesterday, but you're setting a tone. And the offseason hasn't started. I mean, it started, but it hasn't really from a player standpoint until they get back to Green Bay. That needs to be at the top of the mind, because this idea of chasing championships and winning world championships, that's always the goal. I really think you can't take divisions for granted when you haven't won one in a full Olympiad. And that's my
Yeah. And to that point, too, Jason, when have we ever seen him do that? I mean, guys evolve over their careers, right? And that to me is a part, and I think we can all say that about him. You kind of see as he's when you watch him on the sidelines, he's always as cool as the other side of the pillow. He's so even keel, which I guess you want from a quarterback. But at sometimes the fire and a little bit of edge, that sparks teams. That sparks guys around you, right? When you see your quarterback get a little riled up, it puts a sense of urgency into you as well. He's not happy. So if he's not happy, there's no way whatever's happening on this field right now or whatever's going on it's not okay. So we all need to raise our level, right? That's the way I always looked at it when 12 got a little heated. It was okay, well, clearly something's not okay here. So we all need to raise our level. And that to me that's the way I look at it. It doesn't mean he needs to be in guys' face. I'm not saying that. That's not who he is. But it's just evolving over time to potentially give us a little more edge, as Tausch.
I agree. I understand both of your points. I would prefer to have seen the offensive line go after Austin Booker when he knocked the quarterback out with a concussion, and a bunch of guys are standing around while Jordan Love's laying on the turf. That would be where I would have liked to have seen more edge. Speaking of the offensive line, changes remain afoot. We're going to talk about that during Tackle Talk with Bryan Bulaga, pride of the Iowa Bears. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Uniting Badgers for a bigger cause. A Road at Night documents former Badger coach and player Howard Moore's 2019 tragedy that forever changed his family. Greg Gard joining Wilde and Tausch, speaking on the documentary's powerful portrayal of Moore.
Anybody that knows Howard is not surprised by him wanting to turn a tragedy into something positive for other people, and how he can help other people comes out in this story.
Full info available at aroadatnight.com.
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com. PellaWI.com.
Valentine's Day. And once again, you're asking yourself, is a card enough?
This year, skip the panic and give a gift that actually says, I planned ahead.
We have the perfect piece of jewelry that they'll love long after the chocolates are gone.
Because let's be honest, dinner is nice, flowers are sweet, but jewelry, that's how you win Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day done right at Chalmers Jewelers.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. What's it like to have a 20-plus year business technology relationship with James Imaging Systems? Listen to Doug Brown, Assistant Executive Director with the Dane County Humane Society.
It feels like having an extra person on our own team that's coming to take care of us.
Tell us more.
Their ability to help us with our problems, whether it's proactively planning to prevent problems or when a problem arises, they're always right here to help us get things going again.
So the benefit of working with James Imaging Systems?
It's one less thing to worry about. It just makes us feel like we're in good hands, makes us feel like we have somebody who is on our side and genuinely trying to help us accomplish our daily tasks.
Doug, would you recommend James to others?
I would 100% recommend James Imaging Systems to anybody who is looking for somebody to help them with their copiers, their printers, their services on their existing equipment. We've been happy for decades.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Visit jamesimaging.com.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drug driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Departments of Health Services, Transportation, and Justice.
Truck crash? Call Gruber Offices. One call, that's all.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Continuing with Bryan Bulaga. Brian, I'd like to cordially invite you to Atlanta, where you and I together can interview Elgton Jenkins at Tausch's behest. He thought that maybe I should sit down with Elgton at a gentleman's club in the maybe Buckhead area to discuss his future with the Packers. That was part of the discussion yesterday. It was actually very funny. I don't think that's what's going to occur. I would like to get him on the show, no matter where he's calling from. He's gone, right? Like, he's gone, right? As much as none of us on this panel want him to be gone? Or do you think that there's some path for him to still be here, not with a $28 million cap number?
Yeah, it would have to be a large restructure, which I'm not sure is going to take place. That's just being as upfront and honest as I could be. Because I do believe that if he hits the market and goes back to playing guard, he will make a good sum of money. That's just my opinion. So to take a restructured deal that is going to be very low, let's call it what it is. I mean, let's just call it what it is. They're going to make him take a bath on it. He's not going to do it. And I don't think he should do it, because I still think he can play at a very high level at guard in this league. So to me, it's most likely he won't be back. I mean, the cap number is what it is. We all know that can't happen. So the signs are pointing to yes, that he probably will be gone from the Packers starting for next season. But I mean, I guess anything could happen, but I don't see it happening.
So if your opening day offensive line, and obviously we've got free agency, we've got the draft, there's lots of moving pieces between now and then. But if it's Jordan Morgan at left tackle, Aaron Banks at left guard, because they take that $9 million roster bonus that's due on the third day of the league year, they convert it to signing bonus to spread out the cost. They get his salary down a little bit. He's your left guard. Jacob Monk is your center. Anthony Belton is your right guard. And Zach Tom, with a minimal offseason, recovering from patellar tendon surgery, is your right tackle. How nervous are you for Jordan Love and his edge being taken out by an opponent in the first week, perhaps by the Bears?
I'm a little nervous about it.
Just a little?
Unproven commodities at center and at left tackle are definitely an issue. I think that's a given. Now, obviously, Jordan Morgan's, we've said it on the show, he's played a lot of different positions, played football for a lot of football for the Green Bay Packers, but in multiple positions, and one of them isn't left tackle. I mean, he played left tackle against Minnesota, and that didn't really go well, to say the least, right? Like that game did not go well. Run or pass. I'll just call it what it is. So while he's played a lot of football, we don't know the commodity at left tackle. We don't know how he's going to perform when it's his and only his at left tackle. And to me, that's a concern. And then obviously in the middle of that line, who's snapping it, who's making the IDs, who's kind of running the show and able to, as Tausch and I've always said, the hardest block in football for an offensive lineman is reaching a shade. That's still to me why a lot of whenever we do run zone, which is not as often as as Matt did it in the past, why the run game doesn't come off. Because if you can't reach a shade and cut the defense off and cut it in two, the zone game it's kaput. It's done. It's over. The whole point is having a center that can cut the defense if there's a shade. So you cut it in one half there, and then you're able to stretch it and move it on the other half. And the back has a way to stretch, push, put his foot in the ground and cut back. And there just hasn't been that And to me, not having a center that is able to do that time and again, that's a problem. So going into the season, like, am I okay with Belton? Yeah, I think there's a lot that he can improve on, but I think we saw a lot in his first year that is positive and encouraging. I think he needs to improve on his lateral movement from a pass blocking standpoint. From a power standpoint, there's no issue there. Obviously, the guy's enormous. He's able to handle bull rushes and things like that. It's when he goes against defensive tackles that are very good laterally, right? How does he adjust his game to be able to handle those things? I'm fine with Banks at left guard as well. I think he played better as the season went on. Obviously, health early on was an issue. I think he knows. I mean, I would know this, Tauscher, know this, like, you know what's expected of you when you get paid X amount of money. You're supposed to play at a really high level. I would imagine he expects a lot more from himself. Obviously, injuries were an issue, but I think he can raise his game even more and play better and be more consistent if he stays healthy. So, like, to me, if he stays, I'm fine with it. Not a big deal. Like, I think he can play even better and be more of a foundation for that group. Obviously, Zach Tom, patella tendon surgery, not much time in the offseason is going to be available for him to train properly and practice properly. That's a concern, but I know how good he is as a player, and obviously you've spoken to him in his mindset and how he goes about his business. That's all obviously positive and how he's going to attack the rehab process. But you still worry about, like, how is the knee going to be after the surgery? Like, that to me it's not an ACL where the doctors do those now blindfolded these days. Like, this is a different surgery. Like, this is a whole different beast. How do you recover from that? How's the power in that knee? Are you confident in that knee when it gets stressed? Like, I have no idea because again, I've said this a million times. I don't know anyone that's popped a patella. Like, I don't know.
And he's had a rough couple of years, right? I mean, he dealt with the pec. I mean, he's missed. He's played through a bunch. He's missed a lot of practice time. You guys, I mean, when I told him after we first really talked about him at length on this show with the three of us, and the fact that you two, given what you accomplished at his position, thought so highly of him, that meant a lot to him. Like, he thought that was really cool. And it feels like ever since he's been battling. Like, it just feels like he hasn't been able to catch a break the last 2 years health-wise, and that's got to wear on a guy. And on top of that, to your point with a patellar tendon, I mean, I don't know what that comeback looks like because you're right, it's not as commonplace.
I'll say this, the hardest part, and Brian and I both obviously have went through ACLs, multiple, and it's just so tough mentally because you want to just get better and better. As a player, you want to get stronger, you want to get faster, and when you're spending so much of your time rehabbing, it just takes up time that you can't be doing other things, but it also mentally grinds on you. And unfortunately for Zach, he's playing at a high level. Green Bay sees it. That's why they don't want to pay him. They want to pay you when they have to pay you. They were proactive, understanding how good Zach is. And then he gets hurt. He misses some time. He gets the cheap shot in the early game last year and never really was fully healthy. Then he's trying to battle with a patella. Now supposedly he's had surgery, and his offseason is going to be utilized almost completely of rehabbing that. And unfortunately, this cascades because you can't do all of this other stuff. And I don't care how strong you get everything else and how well you rehab, other things start slipping because you're going to compensate. You're going to do things. And it's a battle that you at some point hope to get back to the finish line so you can restart. What you just want to do is go play football and train. And that rehab turns into prehab, and it is a constant thing in order to stick to just being able to get out there and play. That's such a wear and tear mentally on a guy. So I hope Zach is able to get back at it, and he can start training, hopefully by May or June, and hopefully get some training camp in and be ready to go. But you just know it's a long, hard battle. And when it is consistently every offseason, I'm telling you that wears on you mentally.
And Jason, did he not? Maybe I forgot. Didn't he have a core muscle this year? Core muscle injury?
Yeah. Yes, he had the oblique injury that came from that cheap shot where then he had to dive over Jordan Love, so he didn't land on him in the very first game. He dealt with that. He had another knee issue that he dealt with at another point. Like it's been seemingly one thing after another. And Tausch's point is a really good one, because then you're not working on your technique and you don't have all the stuff that you want to be working on. You know this. How many times have I heard a player say, God, it was just great to be healthy this offseason and work on football instead of rehabbing, right?
Yeah.
Christian Watson is excited about this offseason because he doesn't have to rehab his knee injury. He gets to actually work on football stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I dealt with it plenty. Like going through off seasons, rehabbing things, and trying to get your body back. And you try to squeeze in football specific things, but there's limitations to that because you're trying to get the injury, essentially back to where it should be. So like you can't really focus on football only things. Yeah, you try to integrate it, but like at the end of the day, you can only your limit is what it is. So like that to me is the only thing that I would be concerned about with Zach is how much can that knee progress in the short amount of time. Again, he said 6 months. That's what he said in his interview, I believe. If I'm not misquoting him.
That's what he said. He said he
had
not decided on the surgery yet, but I don't know how you don't it's not going to heal.
Yeah.
So we don't know when he had the surgery, but I think we're all assuming he did.
Yeah. So like 6 months, maybe that's aggressive. Maybe it's not. Again, I don't know this surgery. So but I know for a fact that when you do an ACL and you take part of your patella to make your new ACL, it's not 6 months. So I know for a fact that that's not 6 months. So yeah, there's just things that don't, that concern me about that. Obviously, I just want the guy to be healthy because I think he is very good. I just want him to be healthy and to be out there and playing to his highest level because what that looks like is really good for the Packers. And it allows them to do things in protection that they weren't able to do this year when he's out. And that's
Brian,
the nature
is there
of it.
any chance? Is there any chance they move him to left tackle?
There's always that chance, but then I guess who's playing right tackle?
Belton.
And then who's playing right guard?
And they move Jordan Morgan back to guard.
We saw a little bit of that last year, right? And it's why Belton got his opportunity. And we could say what we want, but I would imagine that Jordan Morgan was doing majority of his training at right guard. If I'm going to be a betting man and say what he was doing during practice, it was probably at right guard. Very little at tackle would be my guess because he was starting games. He was the guy going out there to start games, so he was playing right guard. So that to me, if you're going to make that switch, you have tape on that. There's tape there. So you're making that decision based on the tape that you've seen, and you feel good about that tape. It's not the way Goody addressed that at his end of season presser. Now, obviously, things can change, and you can blow that whole plan up going into free agency or who you draft and things like that. You can tear that script up and throw it away. That doesn't matter. But to me, playing Jordan Morgan at right guard probably isn't. That's probably not the way. I mean, that to me is. I think Belton is a can be a really good right guard. Again, I noted the things that I think he needs to improve on because I think in the run game he's very good. But I think when I talk about his lateral movement from a pass blocking standpoint, that can also improve how he executes the zone run scheme because that is a lot of lateral movement. Yeah, you're attacking the line of scrimmage, but you are moving more laterally than you are vertically like they do right now in their more duo type run game and power run game where they're pulling a lot of guys and things like that. So I just don't know if that move is the best one. If that's something that is down the pipeline, because I think Zach Tom
wants. Well, let's just leave this here because I want to let Brian go. But in Goody's answer, he was asked about the idea of Jordan Morgan training exclusively a left tackle, and he basically said they're not going to do that. So that's kind of the breadcrumb, if you will, that makes you like. To me, I would say, look, we drafted this guy in the first round. We've jerked him around for 2 years. We're putting him at left tackle. He's going to be our left tackle when she leaves, and he needs all the work he can get over there so he doesn't stink. That would be my opinion.
Brian, let me – I know you got to go. Belton, is he more of a guard or a tackle in your opinion? If you
guard.
Just based off of what you saw, guard for sure?
I think more of a guard, yes. Okay. Just from and I say that because of a pass blocking lateral type move. We all know at tackle what happens. I mean, we'll just call what it is. When you're out on the edge by yourself and there's a ton of space and those DNs have all the room that they want, that they can go in, they can go out, they can go down the center, they can spin. I mean, that's a lot of ground to cover laterally, and Belton right now is more suited for interior play. I think he's more suited for that. And one more thing before I leave. On Goody's presser saying that he likes guys cross-training, I understand the thought process on it. Like, I get it, and I understand that you need guys that can do different things. But those are the guys that are in the 6 and 7 hole that are able to cross-train and can go play guard. A guy can give you a quarter at tackle, but he's mostly like, that's for the guys in the 6 and 7 hole. Your 1 through 5 guys, they're playing their positions. They're your guys at those positions. That's where they play. They didn't have me go taking reps for sitting, or they didn't have Tausch go taking reps out at left tackle or center. That wasn't what was happening, right? That's not what was taking place. I took reps at right tackle, and that's where I stayed. Dave took reps at left tackle. That's where he stayed. TJ stayed at right guard. Josh stayed at left guard. Like, Corey never took a tackle rep. Corey never took a guard rep. Like, it just didn't happen. So, like, I understand you want versatility and guys that can do things, but those are for the guys that are in the 6 and 7 spot waiting to come in case somebody gets injured. And that is really it. And in my opinion, that's the way I see it.
Every O-lineman would agree with what Brian just said right there.
Yep. All right, Brian, I'll talk to you tomorrow on the Homer Show, and I'll talk to you next week here again. You're the best. We appreciate you, buddy.
All right, guys, take care.
That is Bryan Bulaga, and that is the end of the 9 o'clock hour. The 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. And from now through February 22nd, our listeners get 35% off all Iron Jock gear on orders over $50 with the code ESPN35. Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and keep showing up. Shop now at ironjock.com.
This is Wisconsin Volleyball National Champion Devin Robinson. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. A big win for the Wisconsin Badgers on the road last night, taking down 8th-ranked Illinois in overtime. 92-90, the final score in Champaign. Wisconsin's second road victory over a top 10 conference opponent this year. Remember, they beat Michigan, who's the second-ranked team in the country this week, earlier this conference season. 25 points for Nick Boyd to lead the way. John Blackwell with 24. Austin Rapp with 18. A big night for the Badgers. Nolan Winter with 11 rebounds. Wisconsin wins, and their big week continues Friday night at the Kohl Center, hosting 10th-ranked Michigan State at 7 o'clock. The Wisconsin women at Illinois tonight, 6 o'clock tip time for the Badgers and the Illini. WIAC Wednesday on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Women's basketball, UW Lacrosse against UW Stout. Stout was in the D3 Final Four last year. Tip time at 7 o'clock on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Bucks and Magic tonight in Orlando. Tip at 6.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. We'll talk to Uncle Homer a little bit later in the hour. I thought that discussion about Zach Tom is really interesting because, Tausch, we're focused on they're not going to bring back Elgton most likely. They're not going to re-sign Sheed. They probably aren't going to re-sign Sean Ryan. And while we know that Zach Tom's not going anywhere, the circumstances that he's currently dealing with are not ideal for him to play at the highest level.
Yeah, they stink for him, and it's unfortunate. I'm glad he got his money. But this is one of those things where you just hope you can get back to neutral.
Right.
And then you can start building again, building up some speed, because anytime you just look at it from if you're driving a car, if you have a major injury, you're in reverse. And then you're fighting to get back to where you started from, and you're not able to make any gains. Other people are driving fast, and you're sitting there, you're plodding to try to get back to the start line, and then every instinct tells you, I got to hit the gas and get moving, and that's when other issues pop up. So it is a really tough thing, especially someone who was really elevating their play, and I think viewed around the league as one of the best offensive tackles in the league when he was healthy. And unfortunately, he has been unable to stay healthy, and he's fighting through stuff, and he give him a ton of credit. He's out there competing when he wasn't even close to being 100%, and then something else pops up. It's like you're running circles around yourself, and that's never a place you want to be as an athlete.
You've brought up a couple of times now the idea of of him maybe playing left tackle, right? Obviously, Brian.
Well, no, you brought it up. You brought it up with your moving Belton, and that's why I brought that up to Brian. I think he's going to stay at right tackle.
So do you have concerns about whether Jordan Morgan is good, and is it possible that maybe it would be a better thing to play Zach Tom, who you know is a really, really good player at left tackle, or not?
I don't think so. I don't think so, because I just kind of went through a litany of things he's already working through, and now you're going to ask him, as Josh Sitton would always say, now you're going to ask him to wipe his butt with his other hand on top of all that. All of those things, it just makes it that much more difficult. So Jordan Morgan is an athlete. He was a first-round pick. I think he should get the opportunity to be out there and play, but I'm telling you right now, if they felt that comfortable about it, we wouldn't be having conversations about cross-training and, well, maybe not. Let him go. You trusted him. He's not a rookie anymore. He's got a ton of experience playing different spots. You're going to probably have some growing pains out at left tackle. We saw that with New England. Mm-hmm. Young players, they're not finished products. But Jordan Morgan's going to need to really show some things, I think, early on, that he can handle the power off the edge. That's the biggest question, because his feet are fine. He moves well enough. He can play tackle in this league. Can he take on that power? That's where he struggled a little bit inside. That is more from an inside standpoint. You have to be able to take power on quickly. tackle, you have to be able to take it on 2-3 steps into your rush. That's a tough thing to do. So you can't leave yourself naked at left tackle. Who else is on the roster that you feel like can play out there? I don't think that person is here yet. And I'm guessing that is a position that the Green Bay Packers will take a look at and figure out in an affordable way, who can we bring in as that swing tackle that predominantly plays left tackle in case things go south for Jordan Morgan.
I want to get to a couple of other Packers-related things. We also got to get to Homer. So, Tausch, tell us about AmFam, who's been with us.
I will tell you about AmFam. Do you think the Packers trust that Jordan Morgan can play left tackle?
No, I think there's some doubt there.
You do?
Yeah, and look, that doesn't mean he can't, right? It doesn't. But right now we don't have, like when Goody says, Goody's statement on him at left tackle was, we thought he played in the preseason at a really high level and played well enough to start there. Well, I don't preseason? You're basing it on how he played in the preseason?
Yeah.
I'd like better evidence than that.
Well, I love evidence of AmFam, and they have been a great partner of ours for really from the jump. And now, the Badgers Dream Day Sweepstakes. You got until the 6th of March to get this done. One grand prize winner will be awarded, and you get 4 tickets to one University of Wisconsin home men's basketball game next season, pre-game court access, an opportunity to take a picture on the court, 4 University of Wisconsin merchandise bags, and a customized jersey for the winner.
Wow.
So, again, you have, which is pretty dang sweet. You have until the 6th of March to enter that contest.
Is that the stroke of midnight or
11:59?
I'm not there yet. I don't know.
Long time to figure out what time on the 6th. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good question. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. Well, if you're in your car right now or even a little while from now, you may realize that this is the time of the year it's at its dirtiest. Spilled food, liquids, scratches, and of course, all of that salt and winter dirt everywhere. And if your vehicle is in need of some quality care, I highly recommend you check out the detailing service at Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. That service is incredible. It will make your vehicle feel as new as the day you first drove it off the lot. The interior detail is that deep clean that you know your car needs. Carpet and upholstery shampooed, leather and vinyl surfaces are dressed, interior windows are cleaned from dash to your doors. Every interior surface gets a thorough cleaning. And maybe, most importantly, your vehicle gets fully deodorized. And the exterior detail is much more than a car wash. It includes getting rid of tar and bugs, a light buffing, a wax, a deep cleaning of the wheels, and more. Learn more and check out their full new and used vehicle inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. The detailing service at Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
The Milwaukee Bucks, the Orlando Magic.
Here's Portis on the other side, and he laces another one. This time he'll get all 3 of them.
Tonight on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
Gruber Law Offices, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Call us today if you've been injured. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Happy New Year and Happy New Engagement. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. You have heard me talk about corporate, fundraising, and even casino events, but we are also amazing amazing wedding DJs, never cheesy and always the perfect fit for the perfect couple. Please let us help you narrate your wedding day love story while playing an amazing soundtrack that will rock your dance floor. Create lifelong memories of your one special day. Do it right and do it with celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
There's never been a better time to experience Pella in person and get all your questions answered. Join us at the NARI Spring Home Improvement Show, February 13th through the 15th at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Book your in-home consultation at the show and receive a free Design Works rendering. Rest easy with Pella's 10-year limited warranty and get 0% interest for up to 48 months. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Chalmers Jewelers is hosting our annual Wedding Band Trunk Show, and you don't want to miss it.
Join us February 20th in Madison and the 21st and 22nd in Middleton.
Our wedding band vendors will be in-house, bringing their entire collections, featuring styles and designs you won't normally see.
This is your chance to find the band that tells your story. But appointments are filling up fast, so reserve your spot today.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison. $2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
College basketball Saturday on ESPN Radio. Gets the foul, flips it up and in. Number 9 Kansas heads to Ames, Iowa to face the 5th-ranked Iowa State Cyclones. Saturday on 100.5 ESPN.
We'll talk to Uncle Homer momentarily. Jesse, where did you see Charles Woodson speaking? He was on Radio Row during the week, too?
Yeah, so I think I know what happened last week. With Giannis Watch going on, there was a lot happening at the Super Bowl and Radio Row. There were several, like Jordan Love with K-Ad. We didn't get to that till yesterday. Charles Woodson was great on the Rich Eisen show last week. I think it was Wednesday afternoon. Might have been Thursday, whichever one it was. He was really good.
Well, let's hear some audio from it.
Well, I'm glad you asked, Tausch. Here's Charles Woodson, asked by Rich Eisen about which quarterback, and this is before they won the Super Bowl, which quarterback next year does he think could be the next Sam Darnold in the National Football League? And I think you'll recognize the name that he picks.
If you look at Sam Darnold and you look at his career path and what he's doing right now, we all look at him as playing the best ball he's ever played, but you would have never thought that 3-4 years ago. Malik, he's a young guy. Sometimes it takes time. It takes the right coaching, and being in the right environment. And Malik's had a little while to develop, played under LaFleur now, so he's been in that system, so he's been able to grow. So maybe this is his time to go out there and see what he can do as a full-time starter.
Malik Willis as the new Sam Darnold.
Yeah, Charles Woodson, Rich Eisen show.
It's a really good take. It's a really good take. And Malik Willis was in a scenario very similar to Sam Darnold with a franchise that didn't know what the hell they're doing in Tennessee. So he's a pick. I don't remember if he was a second-round pick, but you throw guys out there, and then you just assume they're going to save you. You as a franchise need to save them to start and let them build. When you're asking guys to be the saviors as rookies, you're going to be very disappointed. Now, some of the greats can overcome it. Peyton Manning stunk his rookie season, by the way. Tom Brady didn't play his rookie season, by the way. We forget about all that when we see Matthew Stafford out there winging it around, understanding everything. There is a knowledge that you need to start acquiring, and it helps if you have a really good, strong team around you so that you don't get battered and bruised and beaten into submission where your confidence is shot. That happens to most of these guys. to Malik Willis's credit, he hung in there. He was left for dead by the Tennessee Titans.
You're right.
7th-round pick, basically, here, take him. And, I was thoroughly impressed the fact that he was here like 19 days. Jordan gets hurt. He goes out and basically wins the next 2 or 3 games as the starting quarterback for the G&G, and has continued to evolve. And I think all of us felt like, hey, if Jordan's out a couple weeks, we can beat anybody with Malik Willis. And then you look at the Bears game. He played very well this year down there when Jordan got knocked out by the late hit. I think that take is very smart.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what organization is he going to go to?
Got to go to the right team.
If he goes down to Miami with Jeff Hafley and some of the weapons they have, I dig it. If he goes to Arizona with Mike LaFleur,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as excited for him.
They got Maserati Marv.
If he goes,
they got a really good tight end.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just telling you, I'm not as excited about it. So, I think that this take fits, and I hope Malik gets that opportunity, because one of the things that sports, and especially college sports, but really all sports, it used to be resiliency mattered. Can I hang in there? Not everything's going to go right. I'm not going to just on a whim leave because, Frankie didn't give me the opportunity to play, so blank you, I'm going to go here. Well, then you're going to end up going here, and then you're going to go here because Frankie wasn't the problem. You were the problem. And those days have just left. And while I love what Malik Willis, he didn't sit there and pout. It would have been real easy for him to come to Green Bay and, Tennessee screwed me. They didn't give me anything. They put me in bad spots. What did he do? Put his head down, worked, got better and better, and now he is somebody that is going to be in demand, is going to get a nice contract, and I hope that it works out for him, because those stories need to be amplified, because they're becoming, I'm going to say the white buffalo, but you can make whatever extinct animal you're looking for, because now with all this new genealogy and everything else, the idea of extinct animals is probably going to go away. I just love this story, and it's going to be fewer and further between where you see opportunities and guys persevere like Sam Darnold and like Malik Willis.
We need to get to Uncle Homer. I am very curious to see where Malik Willis winds up, because you've always said that situations matter. They especially matter with a quarterback, and I would hate for him to have made all this progress and then go to a situation where it just stunts his development.
It'll be blunted by $40 or $50 million in guaranteed money.
I understand.
If he signs a 3-year deal, he has earned that, and he's earned the opportunity to be the guy in that room. And I agree. I think Charles Woodson is onto something. That is a very clever,
smart guy,
and smart take by him.
Yes. A lot smarter than Jesse calling him Chuck. That would be very dangerous, because he doesn't like
I would never.
Yeah. I would call David Gruber Mr. Gruber, just like Mr. Policy and Mr. Kraft. I told you I saw this. I don't know how long it's been in rotation, but there's this great TV commercial with David, and the point is, call us when you need us, and until then, we'll be around. And shows him at Brewers games and Bucks games and at the state
dogs a lot too. I see him a lot with dogs.
He's got a whole dog commercial. He's at the State Fair Milk House, which is like a charitable thing they do where you can raise money where you're selling milk. He's giving out milk. He does everything in our town. And then, if and when you need him.
Does he give
I don't know if there's cookies. I want to go to State Fair this year. We didn't go last year. We usually try to go every year because, city kids, they like to see cows. And I want to stop. Never been to the milk house. Maybe I'll go when David is there. My point is that you don't want to have to call him. You'd rather see him at the State Fair or at a Brewers game or at a Bucks game. But if you're injured and you need to call him, he's there. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666. Grubel offices, one call, That's all. We'll make one call to Homer. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and Cupid called. He wants you to try Pizza Hut's heart-shaped pizzas. Perfect for date nights, Valentine's gatherings, or treating yourself because, hey, you deserve it. Starting at just $13.99, these heart-shaped pizzas are here to steal hearts and fill stomachs. But hurry up, they're only around for a limited time. Head to your nearest Pizza Hut or order online today at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut doesn't break hearts, they bake them. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
We love the Packers. We bleed green and gold. And every time our team takes the field, well, it's pure football bliss. If only there was a way to experience that blissful winning feeling every day. At Associated Bank, we've got you with 10% off Lambeau concessions and 15% off Pro Shop merch. All when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank. It's how Packers fans keep winning on game day and every day. Associated Bank, Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Hello, I'm John Hayes, the owner of Goodman's Jewelers. It's been my pleasure to serve this community from this incredible store for over 4 decades. We stand upon high standards and classic traditions, pillars like honesty and integrity. Stop into Goodman's Jewelers, the longest-standing full-service jewelry store in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Make your fitness goals last with Johnson Fitness and Wellness, the largest specialty fitness retailer in the country with 2 locations right here in Madison. At Johnson Fitness and Wellness, you'll find top-rated treadmills, strength, elliptical, bikes, and more, all guided by certified fitness experts who match the right equipment to your goals, space, and budget. For a limited time, save big during their President's Day sale, including free weight plates on select Force USA gyms. Visit one of their stores today or shop online at johnsonfitness.com.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Whatever you do, make sure you do it right. Whatever you do.
This is the one time in the week I get to say these words and they actually mean something. You know what that music means. Thanks to Duke Tomato and the All-Star Frogs. He is the voice of Marquette men's basketball for 36 seasons. You can also hear him on the Homer Hour every weekday from 5 to 6. He is Steve the Homer True. Homer, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. I do want to state it should be against the law to compare Malik Willis and Sam Darnold. No two players have ever been more different than they are. And in any way connecting the two is just, I don't get it. I don't know how you...
No two players have ever been more different than them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Vinny Testaverde and Michael Vick.
Again, no. Let's start at where they were drafted, okay? Sam Darnold was the 3rd overall pick. Malik Willis was the 86th pick. Right, that's one. That's the start.
Did you look that up during the break?
What do you mean? Like I haven't studied Sam Darnold, or when people started mentioning about Willis, I thought, wait a minute.
No. You haven't studied Malik Willis. You didn't know Malik Willis, number 86. When did you fight? You didn't know that before you came on here. Come on.
I knew it, let's say, the first time I looked it up, I'm trying to think, was Friday or Saturday. I heard it on some other show. And I said, that's
Rich Eisen,
Sam Darnold was the 3rd overall pick. And then I had to look up to see exactly where Willis was. All right,
86th, apparently. Yeah.
Hey, great job researching yourself. That's outstanding.
Sam Darnold started 56 times in 6 years before he came to Minnesota. Malik Willis in 4 years had 6 starts. And well, how do you, other than that they both play quarterback, how do you have any way to say, well, Willis is like Darnold or could be like Darnold? They are far apart on everything, from the draft to how much experience, and 6 starts in 4 years compared to 56. Come on. We're better than this.
Homer, no, hold up a second, because I understand your – no, I will, if I may. Your overall point I can understand, but what Charles was trying to say, he wasn't saying that Malik Willis is going to go win a championship. What he's saying is Sam Darnold had a great reclamation. He stunk in New York, wasn't good in Carolina. And all of a sudden, after a couple of different spots and going through some experiences, he got better. He went out to San Francisco under Old Boy, and he got better. And then he went to KOC, and he had a great year, and now he's a world champion. Malik Willis stunk in Tennessee. They threw him out, baby with the bathwater. They're done. And he came and he has reclaimed himself and now will be in demand, and he is going to get a contract similar to Sam Darnold, and he'll get an opportunity like he did in Minnesota to prove himself and then maybe go on, and if the team builds it right, can go win. I think that is a very fair comp. Very fair. What say you?
I think it's crazy. He may surprise like Darnold. Just like if somebody weighs 300 and loses 150 pounds, he lost weight. The other guy went from 150 to 120. He lost weight too. They both had an incredible improvement. To compare, like Malik Willis has started 6 times. There's never been any expectation for Malik Willis. There's always been huge expectation for Sam Darnold from the time he was drafted, and he started 56 times before he got to Minnesota. The struggles that he faced and how bad he was, 10 times worse than Willis. It's like if I have a bad year versus Bob Costas in his prime. I'm a nobody. Michael Jordan has a bad year. That ain't the same as Kent Benson. And that's what we're talking about. The difference in the two from the beginning to the failures are it's like comparing Rhode Island and California because they're both states. That's the perfect analogy. I don't have a better one than that.
No, it's not, but whatever. Not gonna
Come on, he's been on 3 teams, 56 starts. Malik Willis on 2 teams. They really didn't like him. He had 4 starts or 6 starts in 4 years.
Okay, well, we're not going to convince you. I would argue that it's not a perfect comparison, much like your California to Rhode Island comparison. But those are both states. I believe they both get 2 senators
They are.
each, even
Correct.
though they're different sizes.
Yeah, and you try to compare, and you try to tell me how they're similar. Keep
Well,
running.
it's
You just go as far as you
possible.
want.
It's possible that a team
And
that
it's a bad-
that
and
needs
it's
a quarterback.
bad comparison.
It is possible that a team that does not have a quarterback gets Malik Willis, and he turns out to be really good for them, just as Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold went to Minnesota not to be the starter. They thought they were going to start J.J. McCarthy right away, and then he tore his meniscus. Like, I understand it is not
After 56 starts in 6 years. After being the 3rd overall pick, there has always been the belief that Sam Darnold could be very good. Malik Willis, never has anybody say at any point in his career that he could be very good like Sam Darnold, either the way he was drafted or the very few starts he's got. He may surprise, but you better find somebody closer to Rhode Island. Like, let's go to Vermont or New Hampshire. I'll check Vermont, New Hampshire for you and come up with some better comparison about Malik Willis to what he's trying to do.
Homer, I'm done with the Malik Willis. Like, you're okay.
I hope you are.
It is what it is. You're going to feel the way you feel. Everybody else rational feel the way they feel. I'm more interested in the conversation.
You have no.
No, I already went over it with you. You're stubborn.
I know.
You're a stubborn old mule. Hey, and
Fine,
I'm not
okay,
going to
let's
get in a
move
fight
on.
with a stubborn old mule today. That's
fine.
all right. That's
I'll
great.
give you an extra week to work on Rhode Island and California because they both have 2
yeah,
senators.
that's great
All right,
stuff.
go ahead.
Rhode Island, California. More the Sam Darnold Jordan Love comparison that Evan Cohen had to say. How do you feel on that? Since you think it's so crazy, the Malik Willis redemption arc fitting the same mold as Sam Darnold's, which I don't know why you find it so crazy, but great. What about the Jordan Love and Sam Darnold comparison?
Jordan Love is a better quarterback. However, Sam Darnold now needs to be given credit for the Seattle Super Bowl more than anybody else, not for the Super Bowl, but for the game against the Rams. The greatness of Sam Darnold is that game in which they needed him to be one of the great quarterbacks, play like one of the great quarterbacks in NFL history. Otherwise, Seattle doesn't win. And that, what I think I can't influence why everyone say that. I mean, it's not. It's all about how somebody can be have a good playoff or a good system. Seattle won because they had a great defense, which is why everybody should be. I mean, all this is secondary. What we're all going to have to live with the Packers' biggest mistake ever was not to somehow find a way to get Schneider back. He's going to win more Super Bowls. We have to live with it. I don't know how you live with it. They messed up. Jason, you can write the story on how many times they had a chance to bring Schneider back and didn't. And it's you better learn how it feels to bad because it's only going to get worse, and it's already bad.
Why were you? I'm glad you bring this up. I'm glad you brought Schneider up because you were. I don't understand your position on bringing him back as team president instead of ed policy, and then what would that be? Then changing the presidency to being a football job?
Whatever Schneider wants to do, whatever he wants to do. I would assume he's smart enough to know that he wouldn't do it. He'd have a GM that would probably do it. He'd probably have football be done the same way that Wolf did. That's my guess, but I don't care. However he wants to do it, I want him. That's the position. At some point, someone need to have in Green Bay. You can mention the various options that were there. They passed every time, and all of us as fans are going to have to live with it and deal with it for probably the next 5-6 years because they're winning another Super Bowl. And Green Bay ain't getting one.
I just don't understand how hiring him and how great he has proven to be at building teams, hiring him for a job in which he wouldn't be doing that job. I don't understand your point there.
He might, or he's going to pick the person to do it, and that's the person I want picking him if he doesn't choose himself. I don't know how he would have figured it out.
Yeah, I think the better argument would have been.
That's the only way I can get him now. So you wouldn't have made him president?
No, I would have traded a draft pick for him so I could hire him in 2018 instead of Goody.
Okay, right. I need you to do the story on how many times they passed on Schneider? How many? What is it? 3 maybe? 4? 3?
Well, I think.
I mean,
there's a whole nother discussion.
How Thompson was, and when they should have known that Thompson was sick, and how soon he could have.
Correct. I was just going to say
been
that.
given,
Yep.
That's the other one. So I'm assuming it's 3, and maybe the choice of president would be the toughest one. But I got no choice. I got to do whatever I need to bring him into the organization.
Yeah, I just
Homer, if Jason got his way and they traded a first whatever pick to get Schneider in 18, are we sitting here? What is that? 8 years later without a world championship?
No, you got a super. You win.
Oh, we still wouldn't have won.
No, you would have.
Would have, or
we
we
won
wouldn't have?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. You'd have won. More than one, maybe, but one, yes. And
he certainly would have been aggressive to give Rodgers more weapons and everything else. He would not have had Alan Lazard as the number one wide receiver.
Would he have drafted Jordan Love?
No. I don't think he would have.
Probably not. I don't know how much he liked him. If he liked him as much as Goody did, he would have drafted him.
He got his franchise quarterback in the 3rd round, and then he won a Super Bowl with a guy that he paid $33 million a year on a market when top-end quarterbacks get $55 or $60 million.
Needed, I want to change my opinion. Given what the Packers needed at that time, he would have not taken Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Because of that, not that he didn't want to get a quarterback before. I mean,
okay.
You would have traded for Percy Nelson.
He had to help. Wherever.
Percy Harvin.
I mean,
Homer, last thing for you.
It hurts.
Last thing for you before you go. Greg Gard was on our show yesterday asking Tausch not to proclaim his team a Final Four team because he has put the whammy on them each of the last several years. I am curious, have you ever been a jinx with Marquette or anything else? Are you a jinxer?
Tony Smith is trying to teach me about jinxing. I think jinxing is one of the great pathetic wastes of times and made-up crap, but everybody does it. So, I mean, it's just so fundamentally stupid. The whole concept. Hey, you're jinxing him. Don't do this. You'll jinx it. Come on. We got to do better than that. I don't know what better is, but I never mentioned jinxing once in all the years I did it until I think Tony was the first. Maybe McElvain brought it up. It's just like ball means ball. Ball knows. What is the one when you get a bad foul call and you miss the free throw?
Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie. That's right up there with stupidity. It's just there's no other word for it. What are you wasting time?
You've never said
it?
anything like, "Oh, this guy hasn't missed a free throw all year," and then he misses the next free throw, and you don't think, "Oh, I did. I put that into
No, that's stupid. If he didn't ever miss a free throw, he'd be shooting 100%. My job is to tell people how he shoots. Don't say that. Oh, you can't say that because, oh, come on. It's kindergarten. I don't know how to describe how bad and a waste of time that is. But people like it, so I agree. It's similar to retiring someone's jersey and saying that's special when every player on every team that's ever played gets their jersey retired. I don't get that either. When a school announces that a jersey's retired, well, fine. Every jersey's retired by every player. That's not an honor. You may be honoring it by putting it up on a banner, but retiring a jersey, somebody else
and nobody else wears it.
Yes, then it's special. Marquette has 2 22s retired and no person wearing 22. So what did they retire? They retired nothing. They're just
that doesn't make any sense. That I don't understand. Yeah,
right, and that changed. It used to be that you did the number and no one wore that number again. But then some schools, I think, do started it. There are too many numbers. You want to honor players. There aren't enough numbers left. Now I think you can wear any number, but not everybody wants to wear 46 or whatever. So they do this, and I mean it's great to honor players. It's right up there. Now that we're talking to stupidity, it's right up there with people thinking they're the owner of the Packers because they have stock. I mean, come on.
I'm certainly glad that we offered you the platform to air your grievances.
Why does it bother you that Packers owners feel like they own the team? They know they don't.
Because they don't.
They know they're a piece of it and they're a part of the community.
No, hold on. Well, instead of saying they're owners, why don't we all say they're Chinese? And that'll mean they're Chinese. Come on.
Well, they have stock.
Let me ask you this: are they?
You have a certificate up. You have a certificate up on the wall that says you're a stockholder, just like you're a stockholder of Google or of Alphabet or whatever stocks you're in.
Okay.
But there hopefully there's dividends. Obviously, Green Bay there's not going to be.
Right. As an owner, okay, you didn't say stockholder. I think they're. Don't they?
Well, that's what the Packers. No, they say you own stock in the team.
Oh, okay.
Shareholders.
I don't believe that's how the fans.
That's the same as owning a stock.
Okay.
I'm just telling you what they call themselves. But his point is they call themselves owners, and they're not really.
Correct.
They don't really have the ability to do the things that an owner actually would.
Right. They're not an owner. I would guess.
They're a donor.
Yes, I believe that's accurate. They're a donor, yes. But, because you can buy a bad stock, they would be a shareholder. So I'll accept that, a shareholder of the Packers they're not a privately owned team. So I don't believe I've ever heard it presented that way, or very, very seldom. Yes, that would be an improvement. We're looking for improvements. Tausch, you like improvements?
I do. I love to
that
improve.
Would be an improvement. Honoring someone, you put the banner up with their name. There's no number because somebody's still.
I'll join that club. I'll join that club. And
then rushing the field and rushing the courts.
It's a good idea.
Want to resolve that too?
It's a good idea. Don't jinx it.
Thank you.
All right.
That's
goodbye,
good. That
Steven.
is very good. Bye.
Yeah, that was enough.
That is Steve the Homer True.
That was enough.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
The 2026 NBA All-Star Game.
3 teams that consist of 8-man rosters. 2 of those rosters will be made of American players, and the 3rd roster will be made of international players.
Coverage begins Sunday at 4 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident.
And from now through February 22nd, our listeners get 35% off all Iron Jock gear on orders over $50 with the code ESPN35. Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and keep showing up. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels, their President's 5-day sale going on now. Take 10% off store-wide plus $50 off every $499 you spend. Only 5 days, only at Steinhoffels. Wisconsin men's basketball collecting another tough road win against a top 10 team. A 92-90 thriller in overtime against Illinois. The final call from the TV broadcast of the heart-pounding end, courtesy NBC Sports.
Okay, he missed it. 5.7. Wagler, he's been the superstar. Wagler for the win. Wisconsin has won in Champaign for the first time in 7 years.
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com.
It is the 25th anniversary of Bowling for Colons on Sunday, March 1st. Help us strike out colon cancer at UW Carbone Cancer Center. Come roll with us and form a team of 4 to 5. Choose from 9 bowling centers in the Madison area. Enjoy 3 games of bowling, shoe rental, and a cool anniversary t-shirt. Spare us your excuses. Hurry up. Lanes are filling quickly. Google Bowling for Colons 2026 to register your team now. Let's strike out cancer with Bowling for Colon 2026.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Big news from Carbless. A fan favorite, and one of my favorites, Blood Orange flavor is now its own dedicated 4-pack. Crafted with real spirits for a true cocktail taste. Blood Orange brings bold, citrus-forward flavor with a smooth, premium finish. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, only 100 calories, and gluten-free. Now it's even easier to stock up on the flavor everyone keeps asking for. Look for Carbless Blood Orange 4-pack at your local retailer now. Once you try it, you'll understand why Blood Orange has earned its own pack. Carbless, bold flavor in every sip. Find it near you at drinkcarbless.com.
A Road at Night is a documentary chronicling former Badgers player and coach Howard Moore and the 2019 tragedy that forever changed his family. You can see it on the big screen at Marcus Point Cinema in Madison, February 13th through the 19th, with exclusive post-screening panels during the opening weekend. A Road at Night, February 13th through 19th at Marcus Point Cinema in Madison. All proceeds support Howard Moore's ongoing care. Find showtimes and get tickets right now at aroadatnight.com.
Steady. Ah, I hit my thumb.
What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Did you swear that you'd get that house project done ages ago and now it's causing you real pain? From leaky faucets to light fixtures, let our handyman team at Bruner Realty fix it all. Fast, friendly, and without the agony. We take care of it so you don't have to. Visit fixedbybruner.com. That's fixedbyBruner.com.
College basketball Saturday on ESPN Radio. Gets the foul, flips it up and in. Number 9 Kansas heads to Ames, Iowa to face the 5th-ranked Iowa State Cyclones.
Saturday on 100.5 ESPN.
Say don't want nothing, but you look better on me. You look better on me. Let me show you something, so you don't leave you lonely. You won't leave you lonely.
Before we kick off the 11 o'clock hour, some breaking news from Tom Pelissero of NFL Network.
Need the sounder? Is this big news?
No. No, we don't need the sounder.
Well, then it's not that good.
Sean Mannion having departed to be the new offensive coordinator and risk having his house egged by angry Philadelphia Eagles fans left an opening at the quarterback's coach position. I did not report this. I merely predicted it weeks ago when that occurred.
Tom Clements.
No, I didn't predict that. Tom Clements will continue in retirement, happy as a clam. Are clams happy, by the way? Clams are happy, generally speaking?
I don't know. It depends if they're casinoed up in a little Clams casino.
He's an angry clam. Per Tom Pelissero, NFL Network, the Packers are naming Luke Getsy as their quarterback's coach. Luke Getsy.
Something a little different. Good. Try a little something different.
Mix it up.
In Green Bay. He was the quarterback's coach in 2020 when Jordan Love was a rookie. So there you have it. There's your.
Are clams the lamest of all the shellfish? Like if you're getting one of those bouillabaisses, what is the thing you don't want in a bouillabaisse?
I don't know what that is.
A very hard word to spell. Can you spell it, by the way?
Let's move it along then. We're good moving.
Well, wait a minute now.
A bouillabaisse?
I'm not going to get into. I'm not.
Well, we're here. If we're ever going to do it, now's the time.
Well, now we're up against the
It's
clock.
a fish stew made in France. A simple fisherman's soup made of leftover fish. Saffron-infused broth.
I like clam strips. Those are good. Like breaded.
Sure.
They're a little gummy, but they're kind of like chicken tenders. They're pretty good.
They're a little gummy.
Yeah.
Yuck.
I'm happy as a clam eating clam strips.
I'm sorry. I'm just picturing Jesse eating like little clam strips out of a little baggie in the movies when he goes to see a movie at the theater. Tell us about UW Credit Union so we can get to the 11 o'clock hour.
Well, for every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here forever. You, proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. They're going to help you reach all of your financial goals. And you know what? If you want to keep your banking local, UW Credit Union. You want great member first service, UW Credit Union. You want great perks like early payday, UW Credit Union. If you love supporting Wisconsin and the communities, UW Credit Union does too. Fandom will make you do crazy things, but man, being a member at the UW Credit Union, it just makes sense. Become a member today. Get your Bucky card like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions do apply.
The Julia Child Bouillabaisse, mussels, clams, shrimp, and flaky whitefish. So clams versus mussels. Not sure I've ever had a mussel.
That's in essence the conversation. Yeah, there's other. But yeah, that in essence is the. You got snail. I think most people would probably vote snail. Yeah, that's more about the butter that's in it than the actual what you're eating, in my opinion.
Snail isn't seafood though, right? They're a land animal.
Good question.
They're both. There's snails at like the bottom of the lake.
Good question.
Yeah.
Okay. That is not the question we will address in the 11 o'clock hour. Instead, we will address the 18-game schedule, which apparently is possibly going to be here as soon as 2027. We'll discuss that in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Hey, Madison, it's Rich Eisen. Join me for the Rich Eisen Show, weekdays noon to 2, right here on 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, trusted and local experts providing the best quality roof, siding, windows, and doors, expertly installed and at an affordable price. Get your free estimate today at ridgetopexteriors.com. A big win for the Wisconsin Badgers last night, 92-90. Wisconsin takes down 8th-ranked Illinois on the road in Champaign. Wisconsin overcame a 12-point deficit with 8 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game. Their largest road comeback win in the second half since 2002. Great night for several different players. Nick Boyd led all scorers with 25 for Wisconsin. John Blackwell with 24. Austin Rapp with 18. Nolan Winter added 11 rebounds. Another big test for the Badgers as they return to the Kohl Center Friday night hosting 10th-ranked Michigan State. Tip time is set for 7 o'clock. Wisconsin women have a chance to try and replicate the success tonight. They're on the road against Illinois. Tip time is set for 6 p.m. That's also the time the Bucks get started tonight in Orlando against the Magic. Listen to it right here on 100.5 ESPN. WIAC Wednesday, women's basketball, lacrosse at Stout, 7 o'clock on the app.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. And it begins with a discussion of an 18-game schedule. How, Tausch, you and I agree, I'm supportive of this, to stop the 18-game schedule. Don't let it happen. How? The NFL always gets everything it wants. I can't say, I'm not going to cover an 18th game. I want to keep my job.
Sure you can. No, you can't.
No, I can't. I don't think Craig Carlson and Ashton Rotman and Ben Wittes and the whole leadership team would be pleased. I'm sorry, I'm only covering 17 games. I don't believe in an 18th game. I don't think they're going to let me do that.
Okay.
So how do we stop this from happening? We don't.
Did you guys ask?
Well, we don't have an 18th game yet. Are you saying that you would not do Green Bay?
Let me ask you this: are you guys all getting paid more from Channel 3000 and everywhere else if you're doing it? No,
I don't think so. No, I don't.
It ain't gonna stop. I don't disagree. I think I don't think there's a demand for it. I understand why they're doing it. They want to grow the game internationally. They want to keep growing the revenue, and it is up to businesses to continue to find ways to grow, because you ain't growing, you're dying. Doesn't matter what business you're in. If you haven't found ways to every year grow your revenue, you're going to die. That's just how the business world works. So in the NFL's case, I understand why they want to do it. The players have said, I can remember sitting in those meetings in 2006 and 2008 and 2010, and we will never go to 17 games. Well, guess what? We went to 17 games.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even really know what we got out of it. We got this, they're going to practice less. Well, you think the owners care about that? The coaches care, but the owners don't. So, yeah, for as much as I just don't want – I guess I don't want the media cheerleading it on like I feel like they have in the past.
Not me.
Because it is good for their bottom line, too. So it's going to happen. I don't know what the players are going to gain by it. I hope that we get to a point where we'll get permanent health care for every player. I don't think that's an absurd request.
Totally
Do I
agree.
think that's going to be something that gets done? No, unfortunately, I don't. But the added games and this whole concept that it's not going to – we'll get rid of a preseason game. Nobody cares. Guys don't play in those games anyways. So it's not a fair trade-off. At least, hopefully, they're going to just be honest about it and don't say it's safer and all. It's not. Just say we're doing it because we want more money. And the players will get more money, and hopefully the players get really taken care of well. And I want to make sure I'm fair because I don't want to be old guy yelling at the cloud. The NFL has done a much better job since the 1990s of taking care of former players. They've gotten
Couldn't have done
a lot
much
better.
worse.
Well, that's a fair point, but they could because we would take it. That's how it is. So to the NFL's credit, they have added a bunch of different things, but don't try and hide behind, well, this is player safety and we've gotten so much better, because you haven't. And this is a violent game. You've taken a lot of violence out of it. I just wondered, and I wondered this Sunday night, as a kind of a boring Super Bowl with some kind of crappy commercials. I know the numbers are going to be great because they kind of switched the formula up. But I just start to wonder, is there going to be a point where the NFL plateaus and starts declining? Because it feels like this would be part of that thing. And to try and say that players are jumping to be ambassadors to go over to Australia and do 18 hours like that, that's just not true.
That was BS.
And I understand and appreciate that they're trying to get this game to be a global game. I don't think the NFL is ever going to be a global game. But I love the fact that we're trying. I do love that. And I'm glad. I would have loved to have done one of those games just to go and kind of soak things up. But now it's basically just becoming another regular season game, and the pomp and circumstance of it is pretty limited. But this is what the NFL is going to do. And I don't think anyone is clamoring for it outside of the 31 and Mr. Policy, the owners of the league. Those are the people that are clamoring for it.
I hope there's 2 bye weeks. I hope there is. What was funny, not funny, haha, but curiously, I saw this story during Super Bowl week, and then I was flipping through channels, and the movie Concussion was on, and I watched it. It'd been, I think it's 10 years ago that
Is that on the
came
NFL
out.
Network?
It was not on the NFL Network. No, good one though. And it is pretty, obviously that is based on a very true story about Mike Webster and Dr. Bennett Amalu in Pittsburgh, and that was a time where I thought there would finally be a reckoning for the NFL, and obviously they there was a very large judgment or agreement against them and whatever else. But, man.
In fairness, again, I'm not going to sit here and be unfair.
I know you're not.
The league has, because they were forced to, they have taken the concussion protocol and put it in place. The idea of a guy missing a playoff game or Jordan Love missing that Ravens game because he had a concussion the week before never would have happened 20 years ago.
Agreed.
So
you're right.
There have been some very good movements in that regard, but I just don't think fans – maybe I'm wrong. Jesse, this will be a generic poll, and I don't love generic polls. I just don't think fans want – I just don't think we do. I know I don't. And trust me, is it a lot easier doing shows when there's games and everything? I mean, some people, I prefer actually having other stuff to talk about too. But in this regard, it's the league is a 12-month-a-year operation. And you got the calendar fit, and if they can add more games and lengthen this out, great. Just from a strictly job standpoint, but I just don't think the scarcity of these games, and I actually just saw Rory McIlroy on the PGA Tour saying the PGA Tour is going to start doing the NFL model, where there's going to be less. Less is more. And I think in the NFL, less is more.
But now more is going to be more.
They're not going to look at it that way because you're going to continue. They're going to bust the TV contract open again. They're going to get another huge bump in money from everybody that broadcasts NFL games. And that is going to continue. I just wonder at some point because that will be the story. Everything else, if they can continue to get more people involved in broadcasting and showcasing the league, they're going to do it, and I can't fault them for that. I just don't think everybody needs to be celebrating that fact because I don't think that is good for the players. I don't think that's great for the coaches. And there's just a lot of things that it just doesn't make a ton of sense. And I don't think your product is getting better by doing it.
I'm Team Tausch on that. By the way, I didn't realize this until now. Super Bowl 61 will be played on Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Jordan Love on Valentine's Day.
How about it?
That's a script that could be written up pretty nicely.
What a story, huh? Yeah.
That's Saturday this year, right? That is this coming
Valentine.
Saturday.
Yes, yeah.
You got a Valentine playing on a Super Bowl Sunday, too.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
If he becomes a more willing tackler, I think that could be something.
He doesn't love tackling. So then how far back can we get the Super Bowl with 18 games, 2 byes? Can we get it all the way to, like, the last week of February? Is that where we're going to end up?
I think in an ideal world, they'd like to get it right up to March Madness and then get the Combine right around there so they can – because we've seen now the NFL isn't interested in playing nice in the sandbox.
No, they're not. Nope, you're right.
They want to bludgeon everybody. And I think the last thing left is to bludgeon the Final Four in the NCAA basketball tournament because – let's be honest, outside of the New Year's Day bowl games, they've bludgeoned that.
Labor Day weekend.
Bludgeoned the NBA.
They've let college football have Labor Day weekend. So that's if they wanted to expand to 18 games and play a week early, they could take Labor Day weekend back.
Absolutely. They should take Labor Day weekend back.
I just want
they've taken the NBA out of the Christmas Day. That's bludgeoned.
They have bludgeoned that. Yep.
So just keep pushing it and continue to bludgeon people.
Let's play some trivia instead of bludgeoning people. Jesse, it's Wednesday. I assume you have some trivia questions for me that you eventually sent to me.
I do.
It is Wisconsin Geography Wednesday, but we are doing special editions of it because it is also a WIAC Wednesday, and you are headed up to Stout, UW Stout.
UW Stout, our destination tonight. Lacrosse and Stout women's basketball. Stout made the Final Four last year.
They did.
D3
Indeed.
Final Four. So excited to get up to Menominee to call that game tonight. So it's a WIAC Wednesday, Menominee UW Stout themed trivia questions today.
So why are they UW Stout instead of UW Menominee?
Well, that will be explained once you take a look at your trivia questions there.
Well, what is that sound effect that you made the one time on I don't know which show it was.
Jim, Matt, and Molly. Yes.
That's something like that. What caller would you like?
18-game regular season. Caller 18 seems appropriate.
18 it is. Caller 18, 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 18 will play WIAC Wednesday Wisconsin Geography Trivia after I tell you again about the Behind the Bucks podcast on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Some great storytelling on the Behind the Bucks podcast, a variety of ones that are available right now in the app, on bucks.com/plus. Here's where you can find Behind the Bucks. Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, plus wherever you get your podcasts. So if you're a Spotify person, yeah, you can find it there. If you're wherever you like to get your podcasts, you can find them. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. Trivia's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
There's no safer place to feel dumb than Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe.
But I was impressed by several of them.
You're impressed by everything.
I love life. It's amazing what people do.
There is nothing that you see that you wouldn't go, oh, that's pretty cool.
That's not a bad way to live, though.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe. Live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also available on the ESPN Wisconsin app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Attention Las Vegas lovers, Mini Hoops Mania presented by Bud Light is back in the Madison area. Mini Hoops Mania is going to take place at bars in the Madison area. You will get 30 seconds to score as many points as you can, and the top two of each location will be invited back for the finals at Chasers 2.0. Then, the winner of the finals will receive a trip for two to Las Vegas for a chance to compete for $10,000. That's Mini Hoops Mania happening right here in Madison for your chance to go to Viva Las Vegas.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store, Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is tough, so Metro Ford of Madison makes it easy with mobile service. Metro Ford will come directly to you, home, office, wherever your day takes you. Their Ford certified techs handle oil changes, filters, batteries, wipers, inspections, and more, all without a visit to the dealership. You stay on schedule, we'll take care of the rest. Call 608-246-3600 today to book your mobile service appointment, and let service come to you. That's Metro Ford of Madison. Visit them at metrofordofmadison.com.
From the opening kickoff to the fifth quarter, through the cold, the rain, and the grind of Saturdays in Camp Randall, Badgers don't quit. It's the roar on third down, the jump around that shakes the stadium, the traditions you bring to life every game day. Badgers are in it together, and the 2026 season starts with you. Wisconsin football season tickets are on sale now. Lock in your seats for every home game at uwbadgers.com or call 1-800-GO-BADGERS. Be a part of what it means to be a Badger.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
I know Jesse's got some really good stuff ready for Whoa Nelly. But first it's time for trivia.
Cousin Subs.
Iron Jock.
Iron Jock.
Jesse. What
Jesse,
is
you
going
all right
on
back
over there?
So we've got a new deal with Cousin Subs that I may have forgotten to update here momentarily, but you're going to hear about it right
Roses are red.
now.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is
Strawberries
brought
are
to you
too.
by Iron Jock, performance apparel that actually performs. No stink, just performance, and proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com. And by Cousin Subs. It's lobster season at Cousin Subs. Their lobster salad sub is fresh, flavorful, and only here for a limited time. Try it today.
Wait, can I still get the chocolate strawberry shake for Valentine's Day or not?
I don't know. It's lobster season.
Boy, you would have thought that we'd be having those strawberry shakes through Valentine's Day.
You would have thought.
Roses
and
are
maybe
red.
you still can, but they got you. Okay, everybody
I bet you
knows
probably
about
can.
everybody knows about the strawberry shakes now. So maybe you start thinking, what am I going to get after Valentine's Day? You get the
Yeah, it's fair.
lobster. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's play some trivia. Let's welcome in our contestant. It is Chris in Cedarburg. Chris, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, guys. I'm good. How are you?
We're great. So we'll see if the questions are great. It is a Wisconsin Geography Wednesday. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Can't be harder than yesterday's were. Jeez.
Yeah, it's true. They were tough.
It's a fair critique.
Toughen up, everybody.
Toughen up, Buttercup.
It's our 10-year anniversary. Trivia ain't for the week anymore.
All right, here we go. Chris,
Hey, I
question
think-
one.
Hey, if the NFL goes to 18 games, I think we're going to go to 4 trivia questions.
Am I going to get paid
You all on
more?
board? No, actually less.
I'm on board with that. Chris, question one. Located in Menominee, Wisconsin, I assume?
Yes. Yes, it is Menominee, Wisconsin. Yeah.
Okay, just want to clarify. Located in Menominee, Wisconsin, UW Stout is the only UW system school named after which of these things? An individual person, a body of water, or a type of beer?
A person. What was the second one?
A body of water. And then the third one was a type of beer.
Let's go with body of water.
Uh-oh.
You don't say. Jesse, tell us more about this stout person that the school is named after.
James Huff Stout, born and grew up in Dubuque, Iowa.
What does that have to do with Menominee, Wisconsin?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Jason. He entered his father's lumber business at age 19, spent some years in Reed's Landing, Minnesota, Washington, D.C., then settled in Menominee, Wisconsin, where he resided for the last 20 years of his life. Successful lumber business, political office, all kinds of stuff going on for James
good run by
Huff
him.
Stout. Yes, sir.
And when did he die?
I worked in a lumber yard for a summer. Planed
drive a
wood,
3 on a
stacked
tree?
it, graded it. Huh?
Did you have to drive a 3 on a tree?
No. Different year. Different era. Played a lot of sheephead.
Sounds like a very tough job.
Well, it was a tough job.
I'm sure it was.
It was very hot out in that lumber yard, I can tell you that.
But the Coors Lights were cool while you were playing sheep's head after your shift. All right, question 2, Chris.
I was in high school, so.
There is still a lumber company to this day, the Knapp Stout Lumber Company, KNAPP, Knapp Stout Lumber.
Is it disrespectful? Because we all know when someone tells you that they go to Stout. Is it disrespectful when you use that quote that you know what I'm going to say? When in doubt.
I did when I called in.
Not a big, Chris. Not a big.
Question 2.
It's probably disrespectful, yeah.
I think it is, too. Yeah.
Proclaimed by Governor Anthony Earl in 1983, not to be confused with Hall of Fame bowler Earl Anthony. Anthony Earl in 1983, which city located southwest of Menominee is known as the cheese curd capital of Wisconsin and is home to a well-known creamery and festival that serves more than 6,000 pounds of curds in June each year.
Wow.
Is that city New Richmond, Ellsworth, or Wheeler?
I know this one.
Oh, I feel like it's Ellsworth. I'm going with my gut.
Yep. You're going to be right.
Good bounce back, Chris. Well done.
Well done.
I feel like you guys have talked about that before.
Probably.
So I think
When in
Tausch might have
doubt.
brought it up once.
When in doubt, go to
That sounds
Ellsworth for
about
some cheese curds.
Do you think the Monroe Cheese Days Festival and the Ellsworth Cheese Curd Festival, are they like bitter rivals, or do you think they get along?
The real question is whether the people of Monroe then have enough edge to them about that rivalry.
Cheesemakers would like to have a word, I'm sure, with Ellsworth. Have a word with their curd.
Jordan Love will serve as their spokesman. Question 3 is this. Of the 8 schools in the WIAC, the 2 located closest to each other are UW Stout and the main campus of which other school? Is it UW Stevens Point, UW Eau Claire, or UW River Falls?
Oh, that's a garbage question. It's right in between the two of them.
Oh, jeez, that's a garbage question.
It's closer to one of them, though, Chris.
I was hoping for a longitudinally, but no, I get this. I'll say Eau Claire.
Glad you got it right after all that.
Quit your whining, Chris.
Longitudinally. You got 2 out of 3 right. That means you got 3 of the possible 4 entries into Friday's drawing. Chris, great to hear from you again, buddy. We appreciate you. Thanks for playing.
Thanks, guys. Love you.
I love you guys.
That is Chris in Cedarburg. That is trivia. Whoa, Nelly is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Roses are red, mountains are blue, have a Coors Light or 2. Mark Tauscher here, and nothing says Happy Valentine's Day to me like the Blue Mountains. of cold, refreshing Coors Light. And whether you're tailgating pregame, cracking one open during the game, or celebrating a big win after the game, or you just need a moment to chill, crack open a Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, co-filtered, and it's cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold-activated bottles and cans turn blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection, which besides the refreshing taste, is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company at Golden, Colorado.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
For over a century, one family has helped generations move forward. Christofferson Moving and Storage. They've built a legacy of trust, celebrating 120 years in 2026. With transparent, upfront pricing, highly trained professional crews, and flexible services designed around you, they protect your home and belongings with expert care and clear communication every step of the way. Let them handle the heavy lifting so you can focus on what's next. Christofferson Moving and Storage, your best move since 1906. Get your complimentary quote at ChristoffersonMoving.com.
This is Coach Greg Gard. Strong teams succeed with the right partners. Bank CMG works closely with Wisconsin business owners, offering local insight, modern tools, and honest guidance you can trust. They take the time to understand your goals and help you build something sustainable. Whether you're managing cash flow, planning for growth, or navigating change, having the right banking partner matters. When your business matters, your bank should too. BankCMG.com.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
There's never been a better time to experience Pella in person and get all your questions answered. Join us at the Neri Spring Home Improvement Show, February 13th through the 15th at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Book your in-home consultation at the show and receive a free Design Works rendering. Rest easy with Pella's 10-year limited warranty and get 0% interest for up to 48 months. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Love at first drive. Experience it this February at Audi Madison. Ben Brust here for Zimbrick European, and what Audi can offer you: 2.99% APR for 72 months when you purchase a 2025 Audi Q5 Quattro. Offers only available until March 2nd. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
At Carbon World Health, feeling your best isn't a luxury, it's a lifestyle. From advanced aesthetics and rejuvenating med spa treatments to personalized wellness care, everything there is designed around you. Whether you're refreshing your look, boosting your confidence, or investing in total body wellness, Carbon World Health combines medical expertise with a spa-like experience you'll love. Discover the med spa Sun Prairie is talking about. Book your consultation today at Carbon World Health, where wellness meets results.
The Milwaukee Bucks, the Orlando Magic.
Here's Portis on the other side, and he laces another one. This time he'll get all three of them.
Tonight on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
This should be the official music of Wonelli. Get you jacked up, ready.
Pretty good tune. Pretty good
and
tune.
It's free. Time now for Wonelli.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
So we haven't talked any about the Winter Olympics yet. Have you watched?
It's on all the time. I was just upstairs. There's some sort of snowboarding thing on. We have the Olympics on. It's like a Steve McQueen movie. It's just constantly on our television. And so I've caught some things. We had yesterday after I got done with the show. We had curling on, the mixed doubles, and I got very melancholy because it made me think of the fact that our friend Matt Hamilton isn't in Milan because his crew did not make it to the Olympics, losing in that final. So it's always on here. Why? You've been watching?
Oh yeah, similar to your house. They're on all the time. Tausch, you watching them?
I've been busy, so I haven't caught much.
That's okay. A lot of them are on Peacock, which is there's two things that I wanted to bring up from yesterday. So, Jason, you bring up the mixed doubles. The Team USA with the silver medal in mixed doubles curling. They contended for the gold medal match yesterday.
They did. I saw
falling to the brother-sister tandem Isabella and Rasmus Rana from Sweden, which is an all-time villain name.
You should see his hair.
The next Steve McQueen movie should have Rasmus Rana as the antagonist. So it was originally promoted that it was because it aired. The competition took place at 11 a.m. Central Time. It was live.
Yeah.
At 11 a.m. Central Time. It was promoted ahead of time on social media and other places that it would be televised on the USA Network on cable television. 11 a.m. rolled around. NBC decided it was going to air exclusively on Peacock on a tape delay in prime time on USA Network or whatever corresponding channel they ended up putting it on. So in the afternoon yesterday, there was actually the same figure skating competition airing on both NBC and USA because they moved the curling gold medal game exclusively to Peacock.
Well, then how did I see it? Because we didn't have it on Peacock, and we definitely saw it.
During the day yesterday? It was right here. I was in the studio. I wanted it on, and there was uproar on social media. Where's the gold medal game?
And because Sydney came home from school sick, and they had it on when I came upstairs, and I was making fun of, what was the villain's name again? His hair. I asked Matt Hamilton about it yesterday.
Rasmus Rana.
Apparently he's very sensitive about his bald spot, and he's trying to find ways to cover it, per Matt Hamilton. And so I had kind of joked about his hairstyle. So I definitely saw it. And look, we have our Peacock through our cable system. We don't use it. I noticed there's actually a separate app now that they're doing Olympics separate from the Peacock main app.
Oh, jeez.
So I don't want to deal with all that. I want to turn on my TV and I want to watch.
Well, and then I'm also getting text messages because they aired it like multiple times, I guess, throughout the day yesterday. So like
I saw it.
I went home and I watched it on a tape delay in the afternoon. I had a friend who's texting me because it was airing at 7 o'clock at night. He's watching it with his dad, and he's like, "Oh wait, this happened hours ago," and didn't know it. Like, I think we've got to do something if we're NBC in the Olympics, trying to figure out how we're doing all this tape delayed stuff because it seems a little outdated.
I get it. It's in Italy, right? How many hours ahead are they of us? But this is not as simple as like back in 1980. Even though the Olympics were in Lake Placid, so I don't even know why the U.S.-Russia game was on tape delay. But it was like there's too many ways to find out about stuff now. I'm sure it's a very sticky wicket for them to figure out from a programming perspective.
Women's hockey, men's hockey. Those will be the things, and when it gets to it, because Wisconsin is well represented with, I think, 6 of these skaters are from the University of Wisconsin. And I think they already whooped Canada once. They're going to whoop them again, grab us a little gold medal action. That's where I'm intrigued. The Lindsey Vonn angle, obviously, I was super intrigued by. That happened early in the Olympics, and unfortunately it didn't work out. And then I'm a big fan of a speed skater from, I think, Dutch. Is she from the Netherlands?
I don't know.
That's where I'm intrigued.
Jake Paul's significant other?
Yeah.
That the one?
Jake Paul's fiance.
Yep. Hillary Knight already has set the U.S. record for goals in her Olympic career.
Yeah, she's a stud.
She's very, very good.
I'm going to fix the Winter Olympics on Friday. We have some things. I did that on Best Week Ever with Peter Burns on Sunday. We did that. We're going to fix it because the Winter Olympics are broken.
What?
Whoa, Nelly!
Friday tease, okay. Did you see the guy confess to cheating on his girlfriend?
We did. I did see.
I did not. I missed this story.
Talked about it on Wisconsin's Morning News this morning. That's where I'm getting my Olympic coverage from. And couple things. So this guy cheated on his girlfriend, I think 3 months ago.
Yeah, Norwegian
decided.
biathlete. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cross-country skiing shooting fool. And he decides to go public to try to win her back. You got to win the gold medal, man. You can't be trying to do that blank doing the bronze.
He got the bronze. Yeah.
If he wins gold, I think she could probably look at it and say, all right, he's a winner.
Is the gold medal winner available? Is he single?
He tried. That's what she should do, is go date the gold medal winner.
Yes.
But in essence, what this reminded me, and I said this morning with Vinny and Eric, this reminded me of when Costanza lied about being a marine biologist. And he thought the best time to try and rectify the scenario is when he pulled the golf ball out of the whale's blowhole, said it, and then she slapped him and left.
Is that a title?
If you're going to do this, it's going to be after you medal. But I think had he gold medaled, he maybe would have had a better shot of getting this gal back. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like that story's going to have a happy ending.
He did release a statement this morning because apparently the girlfriend was not pleased that their business became public in that moment.
Imagine that.
On the world stage. So he released a statement saying he got caught up in the moment. It probably wasn't the best time to share that information. He's had to backpedal a bit on it. Poor guy.
Relationships are tough, man.
And it was another Norwegian who won the gold medal in that event, so could be in play. I don't know his marital status. Yeah, Winter Olympics.
Whoa, Nelly!
Full swing.
I mean, the stories of all of the activity that goes on in that Olympic Village. Old boy just won a bronze. He's got to be out. I mean, does he out there dabbling, or is he just putting everything in to try and get old girl back? Because I don't think he's getting old girl back winning a bronze.
I think he's cooked. Yeah, it's unfortunate for him.
So he might as well dabble, is what we're telling him. Because this is going to be the peak of his dabbledom.
The peak
Am I right?
of his dabbledom.
Well, is that not right?
I just thought the
you heard Kevin Garnett.
Yeah,
was interesting.
You heard KG and all the NBA guys say it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy what happens down in that village. And you start thinking about it, you got a lot of highly competitive, good-looking cats, everybody floating around. There's going to be some dabbling. And old boy, this is the peak of his dabbledom.
Okay.
And everybody knows he's available now.
Maybe he was playing.
How did he not know to not
chess
do
when
that?
everyone else was playing checkers.
If he wanted to get her back and she didn't want him to go public, what is he doing?
Yeah, maybe he wanted to let the rest of the village know he was available.
I mean, desperate times. It's your last chance to try and win her back.
I guess. He should have won gold.
He said she was the love of his life, and he made a terrible mistake about a month ago, and misses her dearly.
This seems like this should be some type of a Hallmark movie, but on the opposite of it.
For sure. And she ends up living happily ever after with the gold medal winner.
Rings of love.
That is it for Whoa Nelly. We will wrap
she
things.
has to think she's got. If she can, she should probably to. If she's interested in revenge, there's nothing more sweet revenge-wise than doing that.
Maybe she should get an invite to the village.
Okay, we're done here. We'll wrap things up
Dabbler.
next. Wilde and Tausch.
She's a dabbler.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today. Wisconsin men's basketball collecting another tough road win, a 92-90 thriller. The final call from the TV broadcast of the heart-pounding end, courtesy NBC Sports.
Okay, he missed it. 5.7. Wagler, he's been the superstar. Wagler for the win. Wisconsin has won in Champaign for the first time in 7 years.
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com. PellaWI.com.
Attention Las Vegas lovers, Mini Hoops Mania presented by Bud Light is back in the Madison area. Mini Hoops Mania is going to take place at bars in the Madison area. You will get 30 seconds to score as many points as you can, and the top 2 of each location will be invited back for the finals at Chasers 2.0. Then, the winner of the finals will receive a trip for 2 to Las Vegas for a chance to compete for $10,000. That's Mini Hoops Mania happening right here in Madison for your chance to go to Viva Las Vegas.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. Our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. Call 608-220-0005 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
The Bucky Badger Student Mascot Fund was created to support the amazing student athletes who bring the best mascot in the world to life. Hey, my name is Stacy Bruner. I was Bucky Badger from 2010 to 2014. My most memorable sports moment was running out the flag at the 2013 Rose Bowl versus Stanford. Your donation will help fund new scholarships to ensure that the rich tradition of Bucky lives on. Learn more at supportbucky.org. That's supportbucky.org.
Evan Canty and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
He's been one now for the last calendar year. We're supposed to suspect now that the trade deadline is come and gone and that he's still on Milwaukee, that this was the entire plan all along. All of that was just manufactured rather than getting it from people that are in Giannis's inner circle. I'm not buying it, man.
Unsportsmanlike.
Weekday mornings from 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Tausch, what would you consider your peak dabbledom?
Oh,
Nelly!
I have to get back to you on that. I wasn't ever in the Olympic Village. I know that.
Of all the invented phrases that we have come up with over the years, that may be among my favorites. So you won't be watching any Olympic coverage tonight. Jesse, do you know what's on tonight? Do we have ice skating? We always love the ice skating.
WIAC Wednesday's on tonight on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Big one. Lacrosse and Stout.
And the Bucks play.
Yeah, Bucks Magic tonight. 6 o'clock tip in Orlando. Yeah, that's a big game. Wisconsin-Illinois women's basketball is on tonight. I don't know. The Olympics are on right now. There's men's speed skating going on. Jordan Stoltz, that's the dude from Kaukauna, right?
Yes.
Well, he's warming up here. He's getting ready to go.
Kewaskum.
Or Kewaskum.
He's from Kewaskum.
Kewaskum, thank you. Big
Wisconsin guy. I just knew he was Wisconsin.
Words matter.
Yes.
Cities matter.
He's
Towns matter.
Especially Ellsworth.
I'm sure they'll replay all this stuff, and I don't know what's on Peacock and what's live and what's not live and all that, but enjoy it, whatever it is.
Okay. Well, we look forward to that.
Why NBC wouldn't put a live event live when they have 100 platforms to do it. Why would they do that?
Right, and they could still play it again later.
Yeah, you can
in the prime time window.
Because then the crazy
people that work for a living and can't watch curling at 1 in the afternoon like you two, I would think would want to watch it later at 8 o'clock. Put it on prime time.
That seems
that's what they did. They only put it in
prime
time.
You guys are saying you're sitting around in the afternoon wolfing down bonbons watching mixed curling.
Yeah,
I didn't say it. You guys did. I didn't say it. You did.
Peacock really brings out the worst in you. It really does.
It really does. Wait till we get that big Peacock streaming deal on Wilde and Tausch. We'll really be put in conflict. All right, that's it for us today. We'll be back tomorrow. Some of us don't work. We just watch the Olympics and eat bonbons. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free